to Tana. Tana swings and drives it to deep right field. Going back is the right fielder Hill, and that one is gone! Watch it fly, Jose Tana on the top of the 10th. A nice little pass there to his man, and that's no good. By Daniels, now bringing it back up is McCollum. Will stop. 3 again. And again, he drains it. 11-2 Wizards. 3 threes in a row. Hands it off. Rodriguez up the middle. Touchdown, Commanders. Rodriguez with the touchdown run. Chris Rodriguez Jr. straight up the middle. Touchdown.
District Nation broadcasts are brought to you by Watch It Fly Media. Now, here's District Nation.
And welcome in everybody to District Nation. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, as the Washington Nationals are going to take on the Arizona Diamondbacks for the third game and rubber match of a 3-game series. The Washington Nationals lost game 1, but as their usual fight mentality, they take game 2. But today, there was some interesting news. Around 11:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time last night, the Washington Nationals did announce that they traded away Curtis Mead to get the acquisition of Conley Early, a left-handed pitcher from Boston. He was doing well up to the point of his injury until he got injured. Mrs. C is here, or Mr. C is here, says Mr. C. What's up, Mr. C? Yep, that trade, an interesting trade, to be honest. An interesting move by this team, the Washington Nationals, getting an arm, but they are a good offense. Getting rid of one bat is not going to change the entire offense. We're not going to see Curtis Mead leave and we score 1 run today off a James Wood run. But this team was working together to score all these runs. It is sad to see Curtis Mead go. He was a very good hitter for this team. But on the other side, Brady House getting called back up, who was hitting over 300 at AAA Rochester and having a great month of July. So I am really excited to see this guy finally get a shot at the big league level again. He's been working out his problems at AAA Rochester. It is about time he gets the call again. It's about time. So, everybody, you can throw your questions down in the chat about the trade, maybe some trades that you want to see, players you want to stay or leave. I personally think that Abrams, Louis, Foster, and Wood have to stay right here. I know the doors are probably shut for Wood, maybe Abrams too. I think Foster and Louis are still lying in the weeds. There's still a chance that they get traded, but we will have to see. That's my question. There's a real good shot that either happens, that either they get traded or they don't. In my opinion, we are contenders right now, and we need to hold on to them. But instead, for now, we're just going to hang around, see what happens as the trade deadline is a week away. And this is kind of the first big trade we saw. Maybe it's because Nationals fans are here, but this is kind of the first big trade we have seen all deadline. So first one being just a swap. It's not a buy move or a sell move, but it's showing more towards the buy part of it. Because a year ago, we would have gotten 3 prospects and a major league ready guy for me. Now we're getting a potential all-star that Paul Taboni himself had the glory of developing. That Paul Taboni worked with this guy when he was at Boston last year. So now we're working with the guy that Taboni knows. And Taboni knows this guy has good potential because he did do well. Let's get in, everybody. Thank you so much, everyone who's tuning in. Looks like Gina's already here. What's up, Gina? Thank you so much for tuning in. Snowman's here. What's up, Snowman? Thank you so much for tuning in. AR's here. What's up, AR? Thank you so much for tuning in. Got a few people in here already. Be sure to throw down that poll results, who you think is going to win this game, and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Help out the channel just a little bit as we're getting close to 750 subscribers. We're just a few away here. So let's get going here as we're getting closer to starting lineups here. One move, Brady House getting called up. He's hitting 5th today against a lefty pitcher, Cole Drake takes the mound for the Diamondbacks. Only 1 start this year, and he worked 5 innings. A good start by him, 4 hits and a run in his 1 start. This is only his 2nd career start right here. And a way to enter into the big leagues is face a good offense. See how you do against a good offense in the Nationals. And this guy, Cole Drake, the only person he faced was the Athletics. So this is a real test for him, a real good offense here in the Washington Nationals. Someone to really test him, see what happens, because this is an offense that can really get to a lefty as well. This lineup is chock full of righties. Dylan Cruz in the 3-hole today. Gotta wonder what the decision was, but I like the move. I like the Dylan Cruz move in the 3-hole. I think I like it in Brady House in the 5-hole because he rakes against lefties, and he's been doing well at AAA against lefties. He struggles against righties, but that's why you have Jose Tena on the bench. Give him a role Curtis Mead have, that you get a righty on the bench and a lefty on the bench. So Vivas is out there as well. Whatever you need, House and Tena themselves can provide. So here we go, everybody. Let's get started with the starting lineups right here. Let's get going with the starting lineups, starting with the visiting Arizona Diamondbacks, who are 55-50. They're second in the NL West, and they are 12 games behind, surprisingly, in second place because the Dodgers are there in first place. Leading off for them is going to be Corbin Carroll. He's the right fielder today. Batting second is going to be Geraldo Perdomo. He's the shortstop. Batting third is Gabriel Moreno. He's the catcher. Batting fourth is going to be Ketel Marte, the second baseman. Batting fifth is going to be Max Kepler, the left fielder. Batting sixth is going to be Nolan Arenado, the third baseman. Batting seventh is going to be Adrian Del Castillo. He's the designated hitter. Batting eighth in today's game is going to be the first baseman, Adrian Del Castillo. And batting ninth is going to be the center fielder, Tim Tawa. On the mound for the Arizona Diamondbacks is going to be Cole Drake. 1 game, 5 innings worked. He gave up a run. Once again for the Diamondbacks, that's Carroll, Perdomo, Moreno, Marte, Kepler, Arenado, Del Castillo, Locklear, Tawa, with Drake on the mound. And now, the starting lineup for your Washington Nationals for manager Blake Butera. Leading off, the right fielder, number 29, James Wood. Batting second, the designated hitter, number 87, Andres Chaparro. Batting third, the left fielder, number 3, Dylan Cruz. Batting fourth, the shortstop, number 5, CJ Abrams. Batting fifth, the third baseman, number 12, Brady House. Batting sixth, the center fielder, number 30, Jacob Young. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 17, Harry Ford. Batting eighth, the first baseman, number 2, Luis Garcia Jr. And batting ninth, the second baseman, number 26, Nasim Nunez. And on the mound for your Washington Nationals, number 36, Miles Michaelis. That is the starting lineup for your Washington Nationals. Charge! But everybody, I do apologize. I didn't correct Curtis Mead's number on there. It said Brady House. It was his picture, but I forgot to put Brady House's name. I apologize, everybody. I will fix that by Tuesday when we have our next broadcast. I apologize. Just forgot there. DN Dads here saying NATS, Nats. No woo. Okay. No woo at all. Wow. How about this natitude? Yeah, got a lot of natitude in here, Snowman. Here we go. In just a couple minutes, we will have Miles Michaelis take the mound and make a start. He's not going to have a bulk relief today. He's going to start the game. I mean, Blake Butera obviously sees that Conley Early is coming over. He could be pitching for this team by August. So, honestly, we could see this guy get to a point where we don't need opener strategies anymore because Conley Early is going to take a spot in the rotation. Jake Irvin's coming back this week probably. You got 2 spots who are coming in. So, really excited for that. You could take out possibly Austin Andrews coming out of the rotation first, probably because he has a good bullpen arm. They're excited to see this guy work out of the bullpen. And then Jake Irvin can sub in for him, just flip him into the rotation. And on the other side, you can take Zach Littell out of this rotation, put him into the bullpen. So, really excited for that. I'm really excited to see how this pitching gets better because Jake Irvin in the rotation, maybe Trevor Williams being thrown into the rotation. I mean, there's a lot of potential for this team right here, a whole lot of potential for the Nationals rotation. That makes the bullpen better because you can convert one of the starters or even a few to bullpen arms with Miles Michaelis and Zach Littell working out of the pen. This could be a team that in the wild card, people don't want to face, that the pitching is good and the offense is good. A very realistic team in the playoffs. Mr. C says, here's hoping for some spicy meatballs today. Yep, we could definitely use some spicy meatballs in this Sunday afternoon game. Ultimate Sports is here. He says, hello, how you doing on this lovely Sunday? I'm doing great, USN. How are you? Did you like the trade? I love the trade, Bob. I mean, we got something out of it. We got an arm out of it, and all we had to give up. I mean, all is a very understatement of his skill. Curtis Mead, an all-star who could have been, but we got a pitcher, which is great. There are some clouds above the sky, everybody. Seems to be no threat of rain, really, as the Washington Nationals are going to run on the field here, getting ready for the series finale. 83 degrees. It's going to be a little cloudy in the sky, so we'll have some good weather, though, for some baseball. Need a hot day at first pitch, but Miles Michaelis, a guy who hadn't been doing the opener strategy until about this year, so really great to see them get to see Miles Mikolas in a new way. Miles Mikolas, who hasn't even started all his outings. Only about half of them have been started. This is his 22nd game, his 9th start on the year. So he's been working bulk relief a lot, which I like. Nationals wearing their alternate red jerseys with the red Hall of Fame hat with a DC logo on it. Diamondbacks wearing their alternate blacks with their Hall of Fame hat as well. Today is the Hall of Fame inductions. I believe it started already. Corbin Carroll going to face Meatball to get this one underway. But Carroll has some interesting splits. He hits better against lefties. You almost never see that, especially for a lefty hitter. You never see him doing better against the side he hits on, which is really interesting. So we go. Let's check out the splits. I mean, it's interesting to me. I find it really, really funny about his splits that he hits 347 against lefties, 205 against righties. Honestly, how does that happen? That's my question. How does that realistically happen? How does that honestly happen where you have a guy like that? As Miles Mikolas getting warmed up, he's going to throw a four-seamer, a sinker, a slider, a curveball, changeup, and sweeper. So those are his pitches. He throws 6. But I wouldn't say he throws 6 good pitches. That curveball and sweeper, those are the meatballs, so let's hope they come out spicy today. So we go. Miles Mikolas in the alternate red jersey, making an afternoon start right here on District Nation. Let's get going, everybody. Be sure to throw who you think is going to win this game in the chat.
Hey, oh, let's go. Hey, oh, let's go.
As Meatball Mikolas steps under the rubber here. He's getting ready to go. Corbin Carroll steps up to the plate. We're just a little bit away from getting this one underway right here. Meatball Miles Mikolas getting ready to go right here. First pitch here. Miles Mikolas looks in for his wine. First pitch here to Corbin Carroll. And this one is going to be upstairs. Ball 1 with a sinker. And we are underway here on District Nation. With that first ball, we are underway just about 2 minutes late at 1:38 p.m. That's 3 minutes late for a 1:35 start. Kind of a delayed start there. Meatball into the line. The 1-0 is going to be outside ball 2. So it is a 2-0 count now. Hall of Fame game. I mean, that's got to be interesting when football comes back. You doing Sunday Night Baseball? Honestly, maybe. I may do Sunday Night Baseball tonight. Meatball. We'll go into the wind here. Here comes the 2-0 to Carroll. That's going to be a curveball outside ball 3, so it's a 3-0 count. I may do some Sunday Night Baseball action. Depends on how my day goes today. Dan Merzel's our guy behind the plate for umpires. Rob Drake at first. Jordan Baker at second. He's the crew chief. And Stu Sherwater is our guy at third. Here's the 3-0, and that's going to be in there. Called strike 1 with a fastball, so it will be a 3-1 count. Rare Jordan Baker, the crew chief, is at second in his last day. You usually see the crew chief go behind the plate to start the game as time is called by Carroll. Usually a crew chief starts the game behind the plate. Mikolas looks in for a sign. He goes into the wind. Here's the 3-1 to Carroll. Carroll takes a sinker in there. Called strike 2, bottom part of the zone. So it will be a 3-2 count now. Gets that one in the zone. Looking at the replay. That's fully in there. That is a strike. Carroll didn't really like the call at first. So it will be a 3-2 now. Mikolas into his wind right here. It'll be a 3-2 to Carroll. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball. Hit out to right. Going out as Nunez. Coming in as Wood. Wood is looking for it. He's under it. And James Wood makes the catch for out number 1. And that's how we get going. Corbin Carroll's retired. Meatball Mikolas retires. The first batter he sees, he hasn't given up a meatball yet. That's a good start, Miles Mikolas. Sunday Night Baseball game tonight is the Phillies-Yankees. The Yankees took games 1 and 2 of the series. I was at the game yesterday in Philly. Here's a pitch to Perdomo. That's going to be a curveball, low ball 1. There's that meatball, 78 miles an hour, low in the zone, nowhere near. So we'll be a 1-0 count here. Mikolas looks in for his sign. Into the wind goes Mikolas. Here comes the 1-0 to Perdomo. And that's going to be called. Strike 1 with a fastball in the outside corner. Clips the outer part of the zone. The Red Sox got fleeced in that trade. Yeah, honestly, Nationals, good move by Paul Devoni and Ani Kalambi. I'm loving what they're doing in the front office here. As meatball goes in the wind, here comes the 1-1 to Perdomo. And that's going to be low ball 2 with a sinker. A little bit inside as well to Geraldo Perdomo. Up to the plate right here. He's hitting .250 in his career with 41 home runs. That's his career numbers. 261 runs driven in. Guy's going to drive in runs. The 2-1. That's going to be inside ball 3. So it'll be a 3-1 count now. 3-1 here with one out as that pitch couldn't clip the zone. Perdomo this season in 354 at-bats has 7 home runs, 36 runs driven in with a 232 average and a 353 on base. The 3-1, that's going to be low ball 4, so Perdomo takes a walk. So Miles Mikolas is going to walk Geraldo Perdomo right here and put a runner at first here with 1 out. And that'll bring up Gabriel Moreno right here. Gabriel Moreno, catcher, up to the plate right here. That has Ketel Marte on deck, though. This is a team that has some switch hitters and guys who can turn around and hit from the other side. They have a lot of pinch hitters who can do so as well. So coming set's going to be Mikolas right here. Here's first pitch to Moreno, and he's going to take a slider called strike 1 on the outside corner. Slid to the outer part of the zone, so it will be an 0-1 count. Nats defense today, you got Luis Garcia Jr. at first, Nasim Nunez at second, CJ Abrams at short. Brady House, back up at the big leagues, plays at third, and then the outfield is Cruz, Wood, Young, left to right. Here's the 0-1. Curveball line down the left field line. That's a base hit. This one will fall all the way into the corner. Rounding second, headed for third, is going to be Perdomo. He may stop at third. He's going to try to score. The throw is not in time and offline. Ford keeps it in front, though. Gabriel Moreno with an RBI double down the line makes it a 1-0 game. Well, there's that easy pitch to hit right there to Gabriel Moreno. You don't want to throw a mistake pitch to him. Threw him a curveball that he was a day early on and just lines it down the left field line. House doesn't have a prayer to get to it, and that was into the corner. Perdomo's not too fast, but he can score on that one pretty easily as the throw is a little off and in front to Harry Ford. So it's a 1-0 game now. Diamondbacks with the early lead. So I'll bring up Ketel Marte here from the left side. Here's the pitch. Marte takes a sinker in there, called strike 1, got the hands going, but he doesn't go all the way. So the first hit of the day goes to Gabriel Moreno to make it a 1-0 game. You don't want to see that early scoring against Meatball. Here comes the 0-1. Swinging a line drive to the second baseman Nunez. He fields it on the ground, fires to first in time for out number 2 over to Louis. Moving up to third on the play is going to be Moreno. So there you go, get a pitch out right there, get a ground out. That's all you really need sometimes. Moreno moves up to third. That'll bring up Max Kepler now to hit from the left side right here, but interesting there. So 2 outs here, that'll bring up Max Kepler, hitting .217 with only 2 home runs. Meatball comes set right here. First pitch to Max Kepler. He's going to take a fastball outside, ball 1. Thought that might have clipped. Looking at the replay, probably did, but we're not going to get it, or at least looking at the pitch right there. Such a meatball, says Dad. Yeah, that is the meatball, is the curveball. When the curveball's in the zone and slow, and they can get early on it the way he did right there. Here's the 1-0, and that's outside ball 2, the sinker. When Meatball is mixing it up and using the curveball as a put-away pitch instead of a strike pitch, he's a good pitcher, or at least a decent pitcher. But when that curveball is being flicked in there for a strike, it's going to get hammered. Meatball sets. Here's the 2-0 to Kepler. And Kepler takes a fastball in there, called strike 1 on the inside corner. So it will be a 2-1 count now. Disappointed to see Ildemaro Vargas not in the starting lineup tonight. Locklear for this afternoon game. Vargas got the start yesterday, the former Nat. The 2-1 to Kepler. And Kepler takes a fastball, called strike 2 on the outside corner. Call him Picasso with the way he painted that one right there. Got it right on the corner. Just barely clipped the zone 2, so to be a 2-2 count now. Here with 2 outs. Mikolas comes set. It will be a 2-2 to Kepler. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul ball, third base side. We'll do 2-2 again. Fouls off that changeup. Max Kepler against Miles Mikolas. He's 2 for 7 career with an RBI. Mikolas now with 20 pitches here in the first inning. He comes set. It'll be a 2-2 to Kepler. Here's the pitch from Mikolas. Swinging a fly ball, foul. We'll do 2-2 again right here. Miles Mikolas probably just hoping to do well today as the starter. He's been as bulk relief more times than not. Looking at the splits as a starter, he has an 8.53 ERA. As a reliever, 3.57. So he is significantly worse when he doesn't have the opener. Just looking at the numbers, and that's only a few more games. Here's the 2-2. Just tying inside, ball 3. Ford didn't want to challenge. That'll fill up the count to 3-2. Thought that one might have made him want to challenge, but he won't. So to be a 3-2 count. 3-2 here with 2 outs. Runner at third probably won't be on the move, but only 38 innings worked as a starter, 60 as a reliever. But even then, still an 8.53 ERA versus a 3.57. They're hitting 306 against him as a starter, 268 as a reliever. Coming set's going to be Michaelis. The 3-2 to Kepler. Upstairs, ball forward, but Ford wants a challenge. Ford going to challenge that one. We'll get another look. That was a curveball that looks like it clipped the top part of the zone. We'll get another look, though. Here's the pitch. It clipped the top part of the zone. Harry Ford just succeeded on a challenge.
Thank you.
That time, Miles Michaelis clipped the top part of the zone. Harry Ford knew it. He immediately challenges, so that's going to be a looking strike 3. So that will end the top of the first. It's Meatball's first strikeout of the game. Settling the inning. 1 run in the inning on only 1 hit. 1 man left on base. Miles Michaelis gives up a run in the first. But now, here we go to the bottom of the first. Arizona 1. Nationals coming up right here on District Nation as we get going to the bottom of the first. Looks like the pen may be tested early today, says DN Dad. Yes. I think, honestly, that we're going to be... Riley Cornelia is probably getting some action today. But it's good that he's getting action today instead of a day where K. Barrett Ruiz is catching, because Riley Cornelio does significantly better when Harry Ford is catching him. So maybe 2 innings out of Cornelio would be really nice. And Miles Michaelis obviously doesn't have good numbers as a starter. Give us 4 innings where the offense can keep up if they stay with it. You can go to Cornelio in the 5th and the 6th, and you still can go to maybe Rabalta for the 8th. You have Crook or Cosgrove for the 9th. I mean, there's a lot of options here. Ford is a challenge beast, yes. Harry Ford has had so much time in the minor leagues where he's been able to work on it, and it isn't as bad that he's been able to really kind of tone it, get better at challenging. So it's really nice to see him throwing that challenge sign down there. Ford focus, yes. Ford with the focus right there. As we head to the bottom of the first, James Wood will lead it off for the Nationals. I'd really like Drake to face Brady House in the first, because Brady House is going to have a good day today. I really hope he has a good day because he is a beast against lefties. James Wood getting ready to go. James Wood, Chaparro, and Dylan Cruz here. Cruz in the 3-hole, but Wood's going to lead it off. I mean, would it be the worst thing in this type of situation, a flip-flop, Wood and Cruz, go Wood in the 3-hole? But James Wood has said he likes hitting in the leadoff spot, and leading off innings and games of such, he has good numbers as he'll get it started here. James Wood to face Drake right here in his second game. Drake into the wind, hands over his head. First pitch to James Wood. Check swing. They'll peel a swing. Yes, says third base umpire Sherwater. Oh my gosh, that was a terrible call by Stu Sherwater. He did not check. So to be an 0-1 count here, but he did not go. Here comes the 0-1 of Wood. Wood takes a curveball, low and out, ball 1, so it will be a 1-1 count now. They called that a swing? That was not a swing. He did not go. Stu Sherwater, third base umpire, with a bad call that time. Drake will go into the wind here. Here's the 1-1 of Wood. Wood swinging a miss at a fastball to be a 1-2 count. Should be a 2-1 count, but...
Hey, it's Enrico Palazzo!
Should be 1-2 here. Wood's hitting 269 on the year. 28 home runs. Drake into the wind. The 1-2 to James Wood. Wood swinging a miss at a curveball. Drake gets James Wood on the strikeout for out number 1. That at-bat would be totally different if Sherwater didn't call that swing. I mean, James Wood clearly does better when he's ahead in the count, or even when he's even. At best, that's a 2-1 count. We should be at a 2-2 count right now, but Drake will now face Andres Chaparro right here. Chapu does well with runners on base, but he won't have him here. Here's the pitch to Chaparro. Swinging a fly ball. Hit out towards center field. Going back is Tawa at the track. And he makes the catch on the track for out number 1. Chaparro gave that one a ride, but it doesn't get out of here, and that's out number 2. So 2 outs now, and that'll bring up DC3 right here. Dylan Cruz going to hit third here. Chaparro flies out to the deepest part of left center field. Almost got it out of here. If he's early on that, that's gone. If he's a little earlier, he elevated that one to left center. Got a good ride for it. Gave it its money's worth, but can't get it out of here. So that's out number 2. That'll bring up Dylan Cruz. Here's the pitch. Cruz takes a cutter called strike 1, bottom part of the zone, and it will be an 0-1 count now. Sam throwing the eagle in the chat. Let's go, Sam. Thank you so much for tuning in. It'll be 0-1 here as Drake will go into the wind. Here's the 0-1 of Cruz. Cruz takes a curveball in the dirt, ball 1, so it will be a 1-1 count now. Dylan Cruz hitting in the 3-hole after a decently successful series for now. I mean, hitting 2 for 5 with a home run and 2 runs driven in. That home run's the big thing. He's brought his average up to 218 with 8 home runs on the year, the 1-1. And Cruz swings and hits this one. Out to right center, going back is Tawa at the track, at the wall, and it's off the wall. Right fielder Carroll will play it off the wall. Cruz into second with a double. Dylan Cruz delivers here in the 3-hole with an RBI double off the right center wall. Let's go, DC. So runner at second here with 2 outs. Dylan Cruz goes out to right center, puts it off the wall for a double. Dylan Cruz likes the 3-hole, and he is saying it right here. Dylan Cruz enjoys the 3-hole with a double. So now that'll bring up CJ Abrams right here, who's been an RBI machine lately. He'll face Drake now. Drake comes set. Here comes the first pitch to CJ Abrams. Lefty goes to the plate. Abrams takes a slider outside. Ball 1. It's a 1-0 count. Abrams here is now the undisputed RBI leader. He's at 79. Jordan Walker's at 77. So Abrams has that lead pretty heavily now. Drake sets. Here comes the 1-0 to CJ. Here's the pitch. Abrams takes a cutter outside. Ball 2. It's a 2-0 count now. 2-0 here. With 2 outs, Ford Focus. Good one, says Mr. C. Yeah, that's a good name by DN Dad right there. Dylan Cruz loves hitting in the 3-hole for now. It'll be a 2-0 to Abrams. Here's the pitch. Abrams swinging a fly ball, hit out towards center, but Tawa's under it, and Tawa will make the catch for out number 3, and that will end the inning. So after that, Abrams can't get anything going. That'll end the inning. But Dylan Cruz with an RBI double. Or excuse me, just a double, not RBI. I've been thinking about RBIs when I think about CJ Abrams. But that'll end the inning, everybody. Just a double, no runs. 1 hit. Dylan Cruz gave it a nice ride. 1 man left on base. So ahead to the second, everybody. It's Arizona 1, Nationals nothing right here on District Nation. Going to be Arenado, Del Castillo, and Locklear for the Diamondbacks in the second inning, when Meatball heads back out there for inning number 2. Really, really important right here that Arenado gets out, that Meatball can get Arenado out. Well, Brady House will hit to lead off the second. Let's see how he does. Leading off, Dylan Cruz, when batting third, has been pretty good. That's the thing. Batting third, he's hitting 176, but he doesn't have any home runs on the spot, but he's hitting 2 doubles. So when he's there, he hits for pop. Almost all of his hits are extra bases at that point. His best spot in the order of all the spots he can be in, of all the ones he's in, his best is batting 4th when he's had 8 hits over 16 at-bats. Maybe we need to try Cruz more. They're batting 5th. He has 116 ABs. That's where most of his ABs are coming. He's hit 2nd a few times, hit 3rd quite a few times. 6th he's hit a few times, but really no 7th or 9th. And he hasn't hit 1st at all this year because James Wood has led off every single game this year. So you haven't really had a chance to try out any other leadoff hitters at all. James Wood has led off a lot of these games. What up, District, says Dan. What up, Dan? Thank you so much for tuning in, Dan. So we go top 2. Noah Arenado will get it going in the top of the second inning. Michaelis versus Arenado right here. Against starters, Cruz is hitting 248. He hits 179 against relievers, though, and he faces him a good amount. Meatball into the line. First pitch to Noah Arenado, and he's going to take a pitch right in there called strike 1 of the slider. So it will be an 0-1 count now. Meatball had 23 pitches back in that long first inning. Let's see if we have a quick one right here. Get back to the offense, because they were barreling Drake. They found ways to elevate his pitches. Here's the 0-1 Arenado, and that's going to be low ball 1. They'll check a swing. No, says first base umpire Drake. So that's Tim Drake is the umpire, but the pitcher is Cole Drake. So kind of 2 different Drakes in this game. Stu Sherwater is the guy I already don't like. He did not make a good call on that James Wood swing. Here's the 1-1 to Arenado, and that's going to be, they're going to check on a swing again? Yes, he did. Oh, no, he didn't. Oh, my gosh. Call a swing. Arenado fully went after that one. What a call. I mean, that is just, come on. Here's the 2-1 from Michaelis, and that's going to be swung on. Grounded to the shortstop, Abrams. He makes the play. Fires to first in time over to Louie for out number 1. So there's 1 out here in the top of the second. There's 1 gone here. So 1 done to the dugout. So Adrian Del Castillo, the designated hitter, will come up now. I mean, come on. They got to call some swings. They're going to do it to James Wood. I mean, it is two different umpires, but you can't be that different. Here's the first pitch of Del Castillo. That's going to be swung on. Hit out to right center field. Going back is Wood and Cruz. Onto the track at the wall. That's Young, and Jacob Young makes the catch for out number 2. Excuse me. That's Young in center field. So Jacob Young makes the catch for out number 2. It's played by Jacob Young out there. Good play. He makes the catch. So Del Castillo's down on one pitch. He barreled that one right there, though. Got a nice piece of it. Kind of lucky there that you got an outfielder in Young who can cover so much ground. And Wood was over there, too, so it's not like you got slow guys out there in the outfield. They'll bring up Tyler Locklear right here. Here's the first pitch to Locklear, and that's going to be inside ball 1, so it will be a 1-0 count now. As Locklear up to the plate right here. In his first 16 ABs, he's hitting .375 at the big league level as Miles Michaelis goes into the wind, the 1-0. That's going to be low ball 2, so it will be a 2-0 count. Nice to see Hall of Fame weekend here in just baseball in general, that all 150-some professional teams are celebrating it, all 30 MLB teams, plus all 120 minor league teams who have games this weekend, the 2-0. And that's going to be in there, called strike 1 with a fastball, and it will be a 2-1 count now. Michaelis now up to 31 pitches, having a quick inning right here. It'd be nice to get Locklear out in the next 2 or 3 pitches. Here's the 2-1. That's going to be grounded right in front of the plate, right back to Michaelis. He will run over, flip it up to Louie, covering the bag in time for out number 3. Exactly what Meatball needed right there after a tough first inning. Gets a quick second inning. So, Wood to the bottom of the second, everybody. Arizona 1 and Nationals nothing as we head to the bottom of the second. Wood to the bottom of the second right here to be Brady House, Jacob Young, and Harry Ford here in the bottom of the second. Brady House will get his first AB back in the big leagues. Let's go. Brady House going to get back up into the bigs. Really awesome right there. Excited to see him finally get his chance back in the big leagues after having some good numbers at AAA Rochester. I feel like he earned this spot. Even though he was called up because of the trade, he earned his time back here. There are other options. We chose Brady House. You could have chosen Lipscomb, someone else. But instead, we choose Brady House, which I think is a great choice. I mean, over his limited time at Rochester, which is 50 games, so basically his season has been combined playing at AAA Rochester and MLB this year. He had 50 games with Rochester, and he played 45 with the Nationals, actually. So he's played about 90 games this year, around that 95, so this will be his 96th game. But in 50 games, he hit .301 with a .342 on base percentage, .842 OPS. He had 8 home runs over that time, 34 runs driven in. He drew 12 walks, struck out 53 times over his 50 games. But at the same time, he was playing aggressively, and I liked the improvements he made down there. He was figuring out his swing, still trying to figure it out, and he rakes against lefties. So good to see him get the start here against lefties. And that was in comparison to last year where he played 65 games in AAA, hit .304 with a .353 on base percentage. He had 13 home runs that year. So you can tell there's a little bit of a down between 2025 and 2026, but he's adjusting from Major League pitching to AAA pitching. There's a big jump down or up. Either way you go, there's a jump. So here we go. Bottom of the second, Brady House going to get us underway right here. Excited to see him take to the field right here. So Brady House coming up to the plate right here. Drake will go into the wind to face him. Brady House could use a statement right here. First pitch to House is going to be right in there, called strike 1. He takes a fastball right in there. I get it. You're back at the big league level. Settle in, take a pitch or two. He's wearing number 12. So it'll be 0-1 here. Here's the pitch to Brady House. House swinging a foul ball, and it'll be no 2 count. And the good thing is you have Tenna, too. Jose Tenna is going to fit right into this. You can have him get the starts against righties. Same with Jorge Vivas. They both get a good amount of starts. And now Brady House going to get time against lefties. Here's the 0-2 to House. And House takes a fastball upstairs, ball 1. So it will be a 1-2 count now. 1-0 game here. Diamondbacks hold the lead as Drake, wearing number 58, shakes off. Now he's got what he wants. He'll go into the wind here. It'll be a 1-2 to House. Here's the pitch. House swinging a ground ball, foul. We'll do 1-2 again. He just fouls that one softly down the first base line. So we'll do 1-2 again right here. Already 15 pitches for Drake right here. So it'll be 1-2 as Drake is getting ready to go in the wind. Here's the 1-2 to House. Swinging a fly ball down the right field line. Ranging back to the right fielder, Carroll, and he can't get to it. Brady House is going to have extra bases. Rounding first, headed for second. He will stop there. Brady House gets his big league time started with a double to the right field side. Brady House showing off the improvements. Goes to the opposite field, ropes it to right field, has himself an extra base hit off of Drake. There you go. That is why you have Brady House at the big league level. He is going to do that. He does that so well. Gets on base, extra base hits. And Brady House going to get his day started at the big league level pretty well. So that's his first hit back up in the bigs. Congratulations, Brady House right there. So I'm going to bring up Jacob Young, who knows no reason he doesn't bunt right here. Get a runner over. Here's the pitch to Young, and he's going to take a fastball right in there, called strike one. I think he'd want to move House to third, get Ford up with the runner at third and one out instead of maybe runner at second here with one out. If you're going to get out, might as well bunt him. Coming set's going to be Drake. It'd be an 0-1 to Jacob Young. Here's the pitch. Young swinging a shot to center field. That's going to dunk in for a base hit. Grabbing it is Tawa. House rounding third, headed for home. The throw from Tawa is cut off by Perdomo, and this game is tied. I underestimated Jacob Young. He ties it with an RBI single, and the Nationals tied up at 1. Jacob Young delivers with an RBI single. House scores from second. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go.
Young just kind of shoots that one into center. So let's go, everybody.
A-T-S, Nats, woo!
RBI single for Jacob Young into center, not hit too hard, and Brady House scoring his first run back at the big leagues. Let's go, House. Now bring up Harry Ford. Here's pitch to Ford. First pitch is high and in, ball one with a cutter, so it'll be a 1-0 count. I didn't think Young would be able to do that. Just in one of the first few pitches, I thought we were going to be bunting with him right there. But instead, he's hacking and gets a base hit off of Drake right there. So it'll be a 1-0 here to Harry Ford, who's been hitting .286 since being up in the big leagues. Here's the 1-0. And Ford takes a curveball inside, ball 2. It's a 2-0 count. That one's nowhere near. So it'll be 2-0 here. Looks like we got plenty of votes in the chat, and the Nationals are overwhelmingly winning in the poll. Let's go. Harry Ford, I mean, good numbers since he's in that call. I like that he's doing that. So Young getting a good lead here with a lefty on the mound. Now he goes back. Here's the 2-0, and Ford takes a fastball just upstairs, ball 3. No challenge from the catcher that time, so it's going to be a 3-0 count. I don't think Drake, the pitcher, liked the call that time. So it'll be 3-0 here. So it'll be 3-0. Here's the pitch to Ford. Ford takes a fastball that clips the inner part of the zone, called strike one. So it'll be a 3-1 count. Dangerous to almost leave the zone right there to walk Harry Ford and put Young at second for Luis Garcia Jr. That was a dangerous decision. Drake comes set. It'll be a 3-1 to Harry Ford. Here's the pitch. And Ford takes a pitch upstairs, ball 4. He takes the fastball out of the zone. And now there's going to be runners at first and second here with no one gone as Harry Ford draws a walk. Good job by Harry Ford right there taking a walk. That is something that he did well at Rochester that he hasn't been able to show off too much. This is a National squad that also leads in many offensive categories. They're first in the league in OPS, .269 average. They're second in on base, and third in extra base hits. So runners at first and second here with no one gone. So first and second, and Luis Garcia Jr. will come up to the plate, still looking for that first knock in the series. He's been red hot lately, kind of cooling off a little bit. But he also another guy who is in all-star contention, and the phones are open for him. Paul Tabonia said he is taking calls. Paul Tabonia is listening. Coming said is going to be Drake. Here's the first pitch to Luis Garcia Jr. Louis takes a pitch low and away, ball 1 with a curveball to be a 1-0 count. 275 on the season, but over his last 7, he's been struggling a little bit. 200 average with 1 home run, 2 runs driven in. But over his last 30, the numbers are still there when he hit 300. Over 100 ABs with 12 home runs and 25 runs driven in. Basically, around every 4th at-bat, he drove in a run. Here comes the 1-0 to Garcia, and he swings and fouls this one off. It'll be a 1-1 count now. I would not like to see Louis get traded. He is such a good player. Just really excited to see his future as well. Another guy I would love to see get PT in the future. And I know he's got potential to do just so well. Against lefties, though, he's hitting .217. Against righties, .285. Significantly better from one side. The 1-1 called strike 2. Wow, fastball in the low and outside corner to be a 1-2 count. Tom's here, he says, Nats messed up trading Meade. He will be a star in Boston. Yeah, he's going to be a good player, but the thing is, think about the Green Monster. He's a righty who goes out to left field a lot. That's a Green Monster where it's hard to put him out. Be a 1-2 to Garcia. Here's the pitch. Louis swinging, pops this one up. Third base side, Arenado into foul ground, looking for it, tracking it. Nolan Arenado makes the catch for out number 1. So 1 down now. That'll bring up Nasim Nunez. So a 5F in the scorebook. So there's 1 out now. That'll bring up Nasim Nunez right here. Smooth Nunez to come to the plate with 1 out and runners at first and second here. Drake's now at 27 pitches, having a tricky inning now, where the Nationals have tied it. Nunez to come up to the plate right here. He'll step up from the right side. Drake looks in for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. He waits. Here comes the first pitch to Nasim Nunez. Here's the pitch. Nunez swings and pops this one up. First base side, going out as second baseman, first baseman, and right fielder. It's the second baseman, Marte, to make the catch. Young's on the move. Throw to third. Not in time. They'll go to second with it. Not in time as well. But Ford's foot came off, but he's still there. Ford slid in a second. Rarely do you see a foul ground catch by Marte, and that ends up being a sacrifice fly, or at least a productive out right there. There's 2 outs now as Nunez flies over to second base. And then as the second baseman Marte made the throw, Ford starts running towards second. So Young was fast enough to make it, but Nolan Arenado cut off the throw and wanted to throw it out to second. He got there early, but the ball slipped from his hands as he was going over there. So there's 2 outs now for James Wood. With runners at second and third, a chance for Wood to do some damage to Drake. Here's the pitch. First pitch to James Wood's going to be a curveball in there, called strike 1. So runners at second and third with 2 outs now. Kind of a complicated play right there. You had Marte go out to make the catch. He fires it towards Arenado, who threw it over to second, and Ford slid in safely. The 0-1 Wood. Here's the pitch. James Wood takes a fastball outside, ball 1. It's a 1-1 count. 1-1 here with 2 outs. Let's go. We just gained another subscriber. We are now up to 746. We're now 4 away from 750, which is the 3/4 point. Coming set is going to be Drake. It'd be a 1-1 to Wood. Here's the pitch. And Wood takes a fastball right in there, called strike 2. It's an 0-2 count now. 1-2 here with 2 outs. Chaparro on deck right here. Just Wood finding his way on would be great. And you don't want him to see... You don't want to see Wood fall into those second half slump problems he had last year. Just keep rolling right here, Wood. It'll be a 1-2. Here's the pitch. Wood swinging a ground ball, foul to 1-2 again. Fouled off towards the first baseman, Locklear. Come on, James, let's go, says Mr. C. Yeah, we could use some offensive production from James Wood after the first half is over. It'd be really nice to see him find his groove again, to get going again. Bottom of the second here, we're tied at 1. Drake is at 32 pitches now. He's facing the most dangerous hitter in this order in James Wood. But if I'm the Diamondbacks right here, I don't want to see Brady House facing a lefty that often, though. The 1-2 to Wood. Here's the pitch. Wood swinging a line drive right to the second baseman, Marte, who makes a sprawling play. He'll fire to first in time for out number 3. Marte makes a spectacular play for out number 3. But Brady House, back at the big league level, hits an RBI double, and then Brady House did a double, and then Jacob Young with the RBI single ties this game up. So we are tied at 1. It is a 1-1 game now as we head to the top of the third. We're tied, everybody. Tied all up at 1 as we head to the top of the third inning. Wood once again gets out. You're seeing the second half problems starting to come alive, which you really don't want to see, because this guy is a future MVP. This guy is going to be the next Barry Bonds. I mean, not to that level, but hot take, he will be. That's the thing. I think he could. He could be the next name up there with Barry Bonds, getting on base a lot, getting walked on purpose. I mean, why not? As 2 runners are left on base in the inning, 2 hits in the inning, and 1 run. We're tied at 1, everybody, as we head to the top of the third. You don't want to stay tied long, though, especially with the pitching we have and the pitching they have. They have good offense, too. Do you think Marte will be traded at the deadline? I don't think so, because the Diamondbacks are in heavy playoff contention right here. I don't see why they'd want to trade away one of the stars of their team who's helping them out, who's hitting cleanup today behind Carroll, Perdomo, and Moreno, who are very interchangeable. So you're seeing Marte is a very important part of this offense as we get going here to the top of the third. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, help out the channel. just a little bit. We'll check out the light counts and such in a minute. And we'll check out other MLB scores around the league. We'll check up on our minor league affiliate, the Rochester Red Wings. All that during this live broadcast on District Nation, which, as usual, is brought to you by Watch It Fly Media. As we head to the top of the third, Tawa will hit first, then Carroll, and then Perdomo will hit here. So Tawa in the 9-hole will lead it off. Meatball will face him. Miles Michaelis going to face the first batter of his third inning of work as we get ready to go right here on District Nation. Meatball on the line. First pitch to Tawa is going to be in there. Called strike one with a breaking ball, so it's an 0-1 count. 86 miles an hour on that break. So it'll be 0-1 here to Tim Tawa, hitting .241 with 4 home runs. Here comes the 0-1 from Meatball, and this one is swung on, popped up on the infield. House is looking for it. He's under it. Brady House makes the catch for out number 1. Brady House with his first put out here back up in the big leagues. Looking for Brady House to have that success second half. I mean, really exciting to see this guy get the call. And as we know, yesterday's trade, Conley early, Curtis Mead. I like Conley early, though. I like what he's going to do. I'm excited for this guy to come over to the big league level. And Curtis Mead, good luck to you in Boston. Good luck, Curtis Mead, with your endeavors. The pitch to Carroll is low and in ball 1 with a curveball. It'll be a 1-0 count now. Mr. C showing off the Nationals emojis. One of the perks of being a part of Districts Nation or District Super Nation, you get the emojis. Something everyone loves to use in chat. Here's the 1-0 from Michaelis. And that's inside ball 2, the changeup. So it'll be a 2-0 count now. 2-0 here with 1 out in the top of the third. Diamondbacks and Nationals all knotted up at 1. Michaelis looking for a sign. He goes into the wind here. Here comes the 2-0 to Carroll. And Carroll swings and pops this one up on the infield again. Brady House looking for it, tracking it. Brady House with 2 putouts in a row. Back up in the big leagues. Let's go, Brady House. Doing his thing.
Hey, oh, let's go. Hey, oh, let's go.
So 2 outs now. That'll bring up Geraldo Perdomo, who drew a walk his first time up and scored later in that inning back in the first. So let's go Nats right here. 1-2-3 for Meatball again would be great. Here's the pitch to Perdomo. That's in there, called strike 1, and it's an 0-1 count now to Perdomo. Perdomo, good hitter for this team as well. I mean, they have a lot of good guys. Perdomo's going to take time out right here. Wearing neon green cleats. Doesn't really go with the jersey, but neon green. Decent crowd here for this Sunday afternoon game. Not too many people filling up the crowds, but a good group as Meatball will go into the wind. Here's the 0-1 to Perdomo, and Perdomo swinging a fly ball. Hit out to right, going back as Wood, at the track, at the wall, it's gone. Geraldo Perdomo leaves the yard. It's a 2-1 game. Perdomo with his 8th home run on the year. There's the Meatball again. And the Diamondbacks have the lead. That one 99.9 off the bat, 356 feet. It's a 2-1 game. So Perdomo leaves the yard. 8th home run on the year. He goes out to right field. Not too much of a story to that one. Just gets it out of here, and it's a 2-1 game. Wood didn't even need to run at it much. Just kind of watched it fly. No reason to. So it was hit hard to right field. It's a 2-1 game now, everybody. Geraldo Perdomo with the home runs. That'll now bring up Gabriel Moreno, and he swings and misses at a fastball, and it's an 0-1 count now. 0-1 here with 2 outs in the top of the third. 314 average for Moreno, 7 home runs, 40 runs driven in with an 848 OPS. As Meatball Michaelis will go into his wind here. Here comes the 0-1 to Moreno. That's going to be swung on and missed on a sinker. He fouls that one back, so we know 2 count. Got a little piece of it off the glove of Ford, so we'll be an 0-2 count now. 0-2 here with 2 outs in a 2-1 game now. Michaelis has given up a run. Snaps a streak of 7 consecutive batters retired with a home run. You never want to see that. But the Nationals have Chaparro, Cruz, and Abrams up in the third, so no reason they can't get it back quickly as Michaelis will go into the line. It'll be an 0-2 to Moreno. Here's the pitch, and that's in the dirt ball 1 with a slider, so it will be a 1-2 count now. 1-2 here with 2 outs. Michaelis wearing number 36. He will go into his wind here. I think that's a slider grip from the camera. I can see the 1-2. Outside ball 2. That's a sinker. So it will be a 2-2 count now. So we're all deuces now, 2-2 here with 2 outs. Michaelis, surprisingly not even the most home runs given up on this Nationals team, as Moreno will take a timeout now. Michaelis isn't even first on the team in home runs. Looks like we have Paul DeBoni and Ani Kalambi sitting up in the booth. They're watching the game, or at least it's just Paul. It's not even Taboni. That's Mike DiBartolo. Here's the 2-2. Swinging a fly ball. Hit out to left center. Going back is Cruz. At the track, at the wall, and it's Young to make the catch for out number 3. Center fielder Young makes the catch, and that will end the inning. It's a 2-1 game now, everybody. We are through 2.5 as we head to the bottom of the third. Arizona Diamondbacks now 2, Nationals 1. So 1 hit in the inning. It's a home run, so 1 hit, 1 run. No runners left on base, but another 1 thrown up there on the board. So we go bottom of the third. So bottom of the third inning will be Chaparro, Cruz, and Abrams here in the bottom of the third inning. House would hit 4th and then get him on the board. In this inning, I would really like to see him. Brady House, just that first hit. There you go. You got to love it. Brady House ripping a ball to right field for a base hit off of Drake. More of him just getting hits off of lefties. So if they put in a righty, he's probably done. Hopefully Vivas will come into the game because House can't hit a righty. But lefties, it would really be good if House gets the start. Tomorrow, the starters are still unannounced, but it's probably going to be awesome Andrew Alvarez versus Max Scherzer. It's possibly going to be Mad Max. Max Scherzer makes his return to Washington, D.C. That's got to be fun for the boys right there, Nationals fans. I'm going to be at the game tomorrow, so more posts will be coming about my experience there. I will be posting later today the pictures I took at Citizens Bank Park and such. I have some of those to post to the members only with updates and such, exclusive videos that you can get by joining District Nation. Exclusive photos, emojis, videos. You're going to be a part of the district board. You get a special shout out when you join or if you donate. So if you want to help out the channel go further, you can do that by donating. As we head to the bottom of the third, everybody, it'll be Chaparro, Cruz, and Abrams for the bottom of the third. So CJ Abrams hitting third today, but Andres Chaparro's going to get it going. Big Chappie will get it going here in the bottom of the third. Chappie man. So most home runs by a shortstop. Abrams is now tied with 25. Desmond had 25 in 2012, Nationals shortstop. Abrams going to break it. He just needs 1 more home run, and he has 60 games to do it. Well, now he has less. He has more like 56, but still, a lot of games. Here's the pitch of Chaparro. First pitch is going to be low and in. Ball wanted to be a 1-0 count. One thing I've noticed while Chaparro is doing so well at the big league level again, you'll notice he does it well in his first AB. He's swinging at the first pitch a lot more in that first AB when he gets a good pitch in the zone. He's hacking. Here comes the 1-0 to Chaparro. Chaparro swings and misses at a changeup. It'll be a 1-1 count. He doesn't want to get deep into a count. He doesn't want any of that to happen. He just hacks. He's ready to go immediately. 219 average on the year. But at one point he was in the 150, so I'm not worried. Drake into the wind. Here's the 1-1 at Chaparro. Chaparro swinging a fly ball. Hit out towards center. Going back is Tawa. A few steps in front of the track. He makes the catch for out number 1 with 1 step on the track. So Chaparro gives another one a great ride, but he flies out for out number 1. So notice in a booth right now, Ani Kalambi and Mike DiBartolo. Those are the 2 guys. Mike DiBartolo was the interim GM last year when Rizzo was fired. Paul DeBoni's not with him. Paul DeBoni's probably making phone calls in his office, getting things going, but nice to see Ani Kalambi at the game being more front-facing. Drake into the wind. First pitch to Dylan Cruz, and that's going to be in there. Called strike 1 with a changeup, so it will be an 0-1 count. So Meatball's on pace for his 9 ERA as a starter. Yep, Mr. C, he is definitely on pace for that ERA for 9 as a starter. The 0 on a Cruz, and that's going to be inside. Ball 1 with the cutter and low, so it'll be a 1-1 count. So you'll notice in March to June, Dylan Cruz had the 4th lowest walk rate in the league. Here in July, he has the 6th highest at 18.3. The 1-1, and he swings and misses at a cutter. He swung and missed a lot before. He's starting to figure it out now, which is really nice, which is really great. So Dylan Cruz up to the plate here. 1-2 with 1 out. Like number Nasim Nunez. That's one I know off the top of my head. 26. Thank you so much, Tris, for hitting that like button. It'll be a 1-2. Drake will go into the wind. Here comes the 1-2 to Cruz. Cruz takes the changeup outside, ball 2 to be a 2-2 count. 26, I mean, there's not too many famous players who have worn number 26, so it's got to be Nunez by that point. 2-2 here with a 1 out. Drake into the line. The 2-2 to Cruz, swinging a fly ball, foul to 2-2 again. Like number Jake Irvin, 27. Thank you so much, Trisk, for those like updates. Trisk in the house right here. So 2-2 here with 1 out in the bottom of the third. Drake looks in for his sign. He will go into his wind right here. The 2-2 to Cruz. Cruz swinging a fly ball. Hit out towards right center, ranging over to center fielder Tawa and Carroll. It'll be the right fielder Carroll to make the catch out there in right center for out number 2. So 2 outs now, and that'll bring up CJ Abrams right here. CJ later will come up to the plate right here. Abrams just need 1 more for that franchise record in home runs, which would be really nice, but I don't know if he's going to do it against a lefty and Drake right here. I mean, this team, the Nationals saw their bullpen on Friday. You do not want to get to that part of their bullpen. That's a dangerous 7-8-9 punch. The pitch to Abrams, first pitch swinging, and he swings through a curveball, and it's an 0-1 counter. He tipped it in. So it'll be 0-1 here. He's raised his average up to 292 with 25 home runs and 79 runners driven in. Here comes the 0-1 to Abrams. Here's the pitch. Abrams swinging a miss at a curveball. Can't hit that one. It'll be an 0-2 count. Abrams has just been so good this year. I mean, who would have thought that at the deadline or even just at the halfway point that he'd be hitting 4th in the All-Star game? Here's the 0-2, and Abrams swinging a fly ball. Hit out towards center. Going back is Tawa. At the track, at the wall. And that one is gone! Wait, CJ Abrams at the top of the wall. He's rounding second, headed for third. Are they going to call this a home run? So Abrams is in a third with a triple. Let's see if they challenge this. That hit the top of the wall. Let's see what they call this. Butera wants to say it's a home run. Abrams goes off the top of the wall that time. Did he get it out? He didn't. So it's a triple for CJ Abrams. He just barely can't get it out of here, but that's a triple for CJ. So we're getting the play under review now. Butera wants to see this one. Umpire's talking this one over. So we'll get the review in a second right here. Jordan Baker will get this. Let's see. So they're going to challenge this. DC is going to challenge this play. Abrams with a triple here with 2 outs, but it'd be very big if that's overturned to a home run. That would be huge right here. So that is just there. Abrams goes out to dead center, almost gets it out of here. I think it's gone. It hit the top of the wall. It's gone. It hit the top like a cap on the wall. 4 away from 750. Let's subscribe, everybody. Yes, listen to Tris. We need 4 more. I saying hello to DN Dad from one YouTuber dad to another. Yeah, Tris, the dad of Dr. Delay, another successful voice on YouTube. Looks like it hit the top of the wall. It looks like it's gone. In my opinion, it's gone because it hit the top of the wall. Abrams at first started jogging, and then he started running. In his defense, it would look incredibly stupid if he kept running. He was jogging. He was running around first really hard. He was running around first very hard, and then he stops midway. Then he starts again and heads to third. It wouldn't have been an inside the park home run probably. It is a triple. So he's waiting here at third to get the call right here. Nolan Arenado chumming it up with him. This would be the franchise record in home runs if they call this a bomb right here. And more importantly, it would tie up the game. Let's go. We just hit 747 subscribers. We are now 3 away from 750. We are 3 subscribers away. Thank you so much, everybody. 3 away from 750. Looking at this again. Looks like it's gone. In my opinion, it's gone. But they're taking a while, so they're probably going to say this is call stands. But it hit the very back of that wall. It hit the glass. It hit the glass. So it should be gone. I think because it hit the glass, it's out of here. But here we go. And that one is gone! CJ Abrams gets to jog home, and this game is tied. Watch it fly, CJ Abrams, and the Nationals tied up. CJ Abrams now holds the franchise record for home runs by a National shortstop. Let's go, CJ. 26th home run in the year, and he is just red hot. That's RBI number 80 on the year. He's the league leader in that, and this game is tied, everybody, at 2. CJ Abrams gets it out of here after it is overturned to a home run, so we're tied at 2, everybody. So 2 outs here, and that'll bring up Brady House, who's 1 for 1 on the day with a double, and he later scored. Like number Darryl Green. Let's go. Watch it fly, says Mr. C. Here's the pitch to House now, and House swings and fouls this one off. It's an 0-1 count. He's 1 for 1 on the day. Showing up to watch it fly, and the ice cream emoji. That is awesome. So 0-1 here with 2 outs. Brady House up to the plate. He had a double back in the second. Drake into the wind. The 0-1 to Brady House, and House takes a changeup outside, ball 1. Something I'd love to see from House when he's back up here in the big leagues is being more patient, taking his time, waiting for his pitch. That's the best improvement he can make. It'd be a 1-1 to House. Here's the pitch, and House swinging a fly ball. Hit out to right center. Going back is Tawa at the track, up against the wall, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Almost got it out of here. Brady House gave that one a ride, but it can't get out of here. But CJ Abrams ties it up with a home run. It is overturned to a home run, so we're tied at 2, everybody. 1 run in the inning on 1 hit. No runners left on base. We're through 3, everybody. It's Arizona 2, Washington 2 right here on District Nation. Mr. C saying the right thing right there with the watch it fly emojis. Let's go, everybody. Ketel Marte is going to lead it off for the Nationals or the Diamondbacks in the 4th. But CJ Abrams, home run number 26, now the record for home runs by a shortstop in a season for the Nationals. RBI number 80 on the year. So I wonder what the Nationals franchise RBI record is too, because that's a good record he could break. That's a record that could be broken because he just drives in a lot of runs. He will break 100. That's the thing. He will break 100. The record belongs for the Expos was set by Vladimir Guerrero. He set it in 1999 with 131 runs driven in. And the Nationals era, starting in 2005, is 126 RBIs by Anthony Rendon in 2019. So he was just a great hitter in 2019. I think Abrams could catch him. I honestly think he could. 62 games to go. Let's check the numbers real quickly. That's important. Let's check the numbers right here because he's at 80. He's going to get up there in the leaderboard. That's the thing. He's going to get up there in the leaderboard on RBIs, which is really awesome, to be honest. Pre-All-Star, he had 67. So he's on pace to have a little bit less than 120. A little bit less. But officially, I'd like to see first half. That's the thing. First 81 games, which is a really important number there. Well, he has 80 on the year, so that's all you need to know. Is that he has 80 RBIs, which is really, really good. As we head to the top of the 4th, I think he's going to get to triple digits. I think he'd get to 110. Realistically, as Miles Michaelis will start the 4th inning. First pitcher to Ketel Marte is going to be a curveball in there called strike 1. Even if he leaves tomorrow now, even if he gets traded tomorrow, he's still the national single-season record holder for home runs with 30 less games played than Desmond, and he will have more. Michaelis will go into the line. The 0-1 to Marte. Marte swinging a fly ball. Hit out to center. Going back is Young. Onto the track. At the wall. And it's gone. Marte gives him the lead right back. So Abrams gives him a home run. Young scaled the wall but couldn't even get near that one. That one gets about 5 feet over the wall that time. Ketel Marte has home run. Just another one. Just another one. That's all you got to know. Ketel Marte hits a bomb. He gets it out of here, and the Diamondbacks now have a 3-2 lead. The lead is right back to the Dbacks. Home run number 19, RBI number 61 on the year. So he leaves the yard here, and the Diamondbacks take the lead right back. The pitch is going to be swung on, fouled back by Kepler, and it'll be no 1 count. Abrams gave us this tie, and now Meatball hands him a lead right back. Michaelis will go into the wind here. Here comes the 0-1 to Kepler. Kepler takes a pitch outside, ball 1. It'll be a 1-1 count. Second home run in the game. Give it up by Miles Michaelis. That's the 3rd home run total in the game. Man, Meatball once again. Exactly, just Meatball doing it again. Michaelis will go into the wind here. Here's the 1-1 to Kepler. And Kepler takes a slider inside, ball 2, and it will be a 2-1 count now. 2-1 here with no one out. In the top of the 4th is just Michaelis once again, giving up the runs. Michaelis will go into the line here. Here's the 2-1 to Kepler, And Kepler swinging a line drive, right field, but this one is well foul, so it'll be a 2-2 count. He got a good piece of it, but he just fouls it off. So we'll be a 2-2 count now here in the top of the fourth. 3-2 game. Diamondbacks retake the lead. Michaelis will go into the line here to be a 2-2 to Kepler. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball, foul, do 2-2 again. You see, this series is really important because this is a season series between the Diamondbacks. If the Nationals and the Diamondbacks, let's say they're tied for a wild card spot, that final spot, the season series is the tiebreaker. Here's the 2-2. And Michaelis, this one is swung on, hit out to right, but James Wood is there, and James Wood makes the catch for out number 1. So that is out number 1. Meatball manages to get the out. So there's one gone here in the top of the fourth. But season series here, now the Nationals, it's been 5 games. So the Nationals have a 3-2 lead. If they tie it, they're going to have to go to some other sort of tiebreaker. Maybe, I think it's a game by that point. But just a 1 game to see who gets it. But at the same time, just win this game right here. Take out all the stress. Win the series against the Diamondbacks. Here's the pitch from Michaelis to Arenado. He swings and grounds this one to Nunez at second. He's going to have to throw to Michaelis covering in time for out number 2. Nice play by Meatball right there. That's a ground ball towards the 4-hole. Louis goes too far after it. It's hit towards the hole. Luis Garcia Jr. goes a little too far into the hole right there to try to get it. He doesn't end up getting it. It's Nunez. So Miles Michaelis runs over to cover the bag, and he is there to cover in time for out number 2. Rarely do you ever see Arenado hit the ball the other way, too. That's a rare sight as well. So 2 outs here. That'll bring up Adrian Del Castillo. He's 0 for 1 on the day. But now the Diamondbacks have the lead. All they can do is tie the season series by this point. Michaelis will go into the line. First pitch to Del Castillo. And that's going to be called. Strike 1 in the outside corner. It'd be an 0-1 count. The thing is, if it's runs, if the other tiebreaker is runs, then this team definitely wins that one, even against the Diamondbacks. The 0-1 to Del Castillo is upstairs, ball 1. It'd be a 1-1 count. So to be 1-1 here with 2 outs, Michaelis will go into the line. Here is the 1-1 pitch to Del Castillo, and he lines this one to right field. That's a base hit in front of James Wood. Meatball gives up yet another hit. They're just figuring him out here. So runner at first here with 2 outs. So that's a runner at first with 2 away after he gets out. Kepler and Arenado gives up a hit to Del Castillo. So it'll bring up Locklear here with 2 outs and a runner at first. Tyler Locklear will have a runner on base. Why is it saying middle of the fourth? Is this thing ahead of me? I think this thing may be a little ahead. Here we go. First pitch is going to be in there, called strike 1, so it's an 0-1 count. So it looks like ESPN decided to jump ahead. It didn't, though, because this is not the middle of the fourth. Because MLB doesn't even say that. We'll have to refresh it right here. Meatball comes set. Here is the 0-1 to Locklear. The pitch, and that's going to be in there, called strike 2. It's an 0-2 count. 0-2 here with 2 outs. There we go. That's better. That's better. Sorry, everybody, for that delay there. So to be 0-2 here. Meatball looks in for his sign. He comes set. He waits. Now the 0-2 to Locklear. Here's the pitch. That's low ball onto the slider. Wanted him to chase that slider outside the zone, but he doesn't. So it will be a 1-2 count now. So here are the MLB wildcard tiebreaker rules. We'll get those up in a second here because they're actually really interesting to look at. It'll be a 1-2. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball, foul to 1-2 again. So it is head-to-head record between the 2 tied clubs. That's the first one. And then the superior winning percentage within their own division, applied if even the teams are in different divisions. The next one is AL versus NL player. NL versus NL and AL versus AL. And then last half of intra-league play. So there's so many. There's so many ways. The 1-2 is inside ball 2. Did it get him? Locklear's saying it hit him, so he's going to take first base. Ford caught the ball. It didn't look like it hit him, but Locklear's going to take first base. Butero might want another look at this one. He's holding the play right here. He's holding. No, he's not going to challenge. So Locklear's on first on a hit by pitch. Runners at first and second here with 2 outs after he hits Locklear. That'll bring up Tawa here in the 9-hole with runners at first and second now with 2 away. So Tawa will come up to the plate. So here we go. 2 outs, Tawa to hit. Meatball works with runners on base. I mean, he has a good time. He doesn't have a problem with holding runners on. He just lets them on a lot. That's my opinion on it, at least. He just lets runners on a lot. So 2 outs here. Miles Michael is now at 61 pitches. He may only get 4 innings today. To be honest, there's a real shot he only gets 4 innings. Oh, there's a former national on this roster, Gerardo Carrillo. 2 outs here. Here's the pitch to Tawa. That's going to be high and in ball 1. Gerardo Carrillo, former national, 2 games at the big league level. He finally got that call. He was with the Nationals for a long, long time as a prospect. Then he went to Texas. Wow. So it looks like Matt Crook warming up now. The 1-0. Swinging a pop-up. This one is on the infield. Ford looking for it. Louis looking for it. Garcia's calling it. Luis Garcia Jr. makes the catch for out number 3, and that will end the inning. So the Nationals get out of that situation right there. They do give up a home run. So Ketel Marte has a home run. 1 run on 2 hits in the inning. 2 runners left on base. Went to the bottom of the 4th, everybody. It's now 3-2. Diamondbacks get the lead right back. Every time they've been able to score, though, the Nationals have been able to respond. So here we go. So Gerardo Carrillo, former national, who finally got his chance with the Arizona Diamondbacks now. He finally gets that chance. And he pitched against the Nationals yesterday. So getting that shot against the Nationals, 2 games so far at the big league level. I remember him. He was a top prospect, I believe, in 2022. Then we started getting good prospects. So here we go, bottom of the 4th, everybody. It'll be Young, Ford, and Garcia Jr. for the Nationals in the bottom of the 4th. I mean, it's nice to see a guy who is a prospect do well with another team. That's why I'm excited for Robert Hassel III. He could end up in the big league level. So we go bottom of the 4th. We're now 3 subscribers away, everybody, to 750, just 3 away. Let's hit it. Let's hit it today. I know we can hit it today. So Jacob Young is going to lead it off for the Nationals. To be fair, the Diamondbacks have also been able to respond. Yes, every time we have scored, they have scored the very next inning. Every time. So are we responding or are they responding? Good kind of Mr. C making us think right there. As we head to the bottom of the 4th. Young, Ford, and Louis for the Nationals in the bottom of the 4th inning. Young has a knock, Ford has a walk, and Garcia flew out in foul ground. Honestly, I like what Brady House has put together. Having a nice knock there, a double, and then he flies out to deepest part of center. This is really good for him. I mean, he is starting to settle in. He's looking better, and I think that's great. I think it is really good that Brady House is coming into his own immediately at the big league level, even just against a lefty. Drake is now at 48 pitches, so they need to work his pitch count a little bit here. Maybe work some ABs. Here's the pitch to Young. First pitch to Young, and he hits this one. Out to center. Coming in is the center fielder, Tawa. Still coming in. He's under it, and Tawa makes the catch for out number 1. So there's 1 down here in the bottom of the 4th. Jacob Young flies out on the first pitch he sees, and there's 1 down now. So that'll bring up Harry Ford now with 1 out. Harry Ford to come to the plate right here. He drew a walk his first time up. Be nice for the Nationals to respond right here. Keep that going. Where if the team, the Diamondbacks score, the Nationals can immediately come back and score as well. Let's go. We're up to 748 subscribers. Thank you so much. The pitch to Ford is in there. Called strike 1. Thank you so much to that new subscriber. We are now 2 away from 750. Harry Ford hitting 286 in his time in the big leagues. Has had a few games he's started. Comes the 0 on a Ford. Ford takes a cutter inside, ball 1, so it's a 1-1 count. Got his hands going and his hips going, but he doesn't turn at all. So it'll be 1-1 here. Drake will go into the line. Here's the 1-1 to Harry Ford. Ford takes a changeup in there, called strike 2, so it'll be a 1-2 count now. That just barely clipped the outer part of the zone. So we'll be 1-2 now. It's nice to see the Nationals wearing their alternate reds today. Nice jerseys. Here comes the 1-2 to Ford. And Ford takes a changeup way outside, ball 2. Nowhere close to the zone that time.
Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
So 2-2 here with 1 out. Drake now at 53 pitches. You want Ford to work an AB right here. Here's the 2-2, and Ford hits this one out to center. Tawa's there, though. And Tawa makes the catch for out number 2. Wow. That's the 5th put out by Tawa in today's game. The Nationals need to pick on someone else. Hit the ball somewhere else here. So 2 outs. That'll bring up Luis Garcia Jr. right here with 2 away. Garcia coming to the plate. Another guy you want to see find that stride he found first half. At least find that heat. Here's the first pitch to Garcia. Louis swings and fouls this one off. It's an 0-1 count. He's hitting in the 8-hole today against the lefty. Does not hit well against left-handed pitchers, so they have him lower there. But when they face a righty, it's Louis' time. Louis is the guy to go to. Drake goes in the line here. Here's the 0-1 to Luis Garcia Jr. Swing and a miss on a slider. It's an 0-2 count. So 0-2 here with 2 outs. Well, now with Meade gone, your big 3 on the offense is really Wood, Abrams, Garcia. I thought maybe it'd be Meade before because Meade was heating up, but now he's going to be over a pinch hitter in Boston. Here comes the 0-2 to Garcia. Garcia swinging a fly ball, hit out to right, but the right fielder Carroll is under it. Not hit deep. He will make the catch for out number 3, and that will end the inning. So maybe we'll get Matt Crook right here, but now it's Cornelio. Wow, Riley Cornelio now the man warming up. And it looks like we're about to have a pitching change right here. So 1-2-3 inning for Drake right there. He's through 4 and only 2 runs given up. Looks like 4 innings is all we're going to get out of Meatball right here. So we might go to Cornelio right here. We're done with 4, everybody. Arizona 3, Nationals 2 right here on District Nation as we head to the top of the 5th right here. Top of the order for whoever may pitch in the 5th, or if it's Cornelio, or if they stick with Meatball right here. Whoever it is going to get a tough lineup right here as we head to the top of the 5th. It'll be Carroll, Perdomo, and Moreno. Good thing you don't have to face Marte, but you still got to face Perdomo hit a home run last time up. Just an offense that is hitting well right here. So we go top of the 5th. We'll see if there's any pitching changes right here. So far, it's still Meatball. So far. As we get going here. Like to see Cornelio in this situation, get some distance out of him with Harry Ford being the catcher in today's game. Nothing just yet. Looks like, yep, there it is. Riley Cornelio is going to take over for the Washington Nationals. So Cornelio is going to come out of the pen right here. After 4 innings worked by Meatball, Cornelio is going to take over. So Riley Cornelio will come in for an outing right here. After 4 innings worked by Miles Michaelis, he ends up giving up 4 hits. Only 4 hits, wow, but 3 runs, all 3 earned. He didn't give out too many free passes. He only gave out 2. He did hit Locklear, so he actually walked 1 guy, and then he hit Locklear. That was an interesting call. Let's go. We're up to 749 subscribers. We are now 1 away from 750, and then we're 3/4 the way to 1,000. Thank you so much to that new subscriber. We are 1 away right here. So 1 walk issued by him, and only 1 strikeout, and it was looking. So we go Riley Cornelio will take over right here. Can of Cornelio going to go right here to face off with the Diamondbacks. He faced them the last time they played the Nationals. So Riley Cornelio, or number 74, will take over right here. 1-1 with a 6.06 ERA over 8 games. Here's the first pitch to Corbin Carroll, and that is a slider upstairs ball 1, so to be a 1-0 count. Fingers crossed. Also, DN, is Ford better than Ruiz? I know it's early. Yeah, Mr. C, that's a really good question because Ford has been really good. As here comes the 1-0 from Cornelio to Carroll. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be inside ball 2 with another slider. So to be a 2-0 count. Let's go. We're up to 751 subscribers. We just hit 750. Thank you so much, everybody. We are now 3/4 of the way to 1,000. Here comes the 2-0 from Carroll to Carroll. And he lines this one to right field. This one is down the line and fair towards the corner. Wood will go grab that one. Carroll round first, headed for second. He will stop at second with a double. Corbin Carroll with yet another double. First hit given up by Riley Cornelio coming out of the bullpen right here. So he does give up a hit right here. Runner at second here with no one gone now. You know, I like Ruiz for one reason, and he's a switch hitter. I feel like Ruiz and Ford have even pop. They both hit for a lot of pop, but Ford is a righty, and Ruiz is going to hit from both the left side and right side. Ford is probably the better defender and the ABS challenger, but Ford hasn't even, I don't think we've had him face a righty as a starter yet. We've only had him start against lefties. I'd like to see Ford get a start against a righty. I'd like to see how he does against right-handed pitching. As Cornelio will come set here. Will face Geraldo Perdomo right here. Here's the pitch to Perdomo now from Cornelio. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a slider called strike one, top part of the zone, and it's an 0-1 count. Using that slider pretty well. Perdomo facing Cornelio right here. Perdomo is 1 for 1 on the day with a couple runs. A walk and a home run. The 0-1. He's going to show bunt. He takes it back, and that's a slider top part of the zone called strike two. So it's an 0-2 count, and that takes away the threat of the bunt. Cornelio, go to work right here, man. Get right back into the situation you need to do. So to be 0-2 here. As Perdomo faces Cornelio to be an 0-2. Cornelio sets. Here's the 0-2 to Perdomo. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball down the third base line, but foul on 0-2 again. Not hit too hard. Cornelio works a foul ball. To execute it. He's confused. Go to the fastball high and in right here. Get him to swing through it. Can of Cornelio trying to go to work right here. He looks in for his sign right here from Harry Ford. He's got it, and he comes set. It'd be an 0-2 to Perdomo. Cornelio sets the 0-2 to Perdomo. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, ball one. So Perdomo takes a pitch low and inside. It'd be a 1-2 count now. 1-2 here with a 1 out in the top of the fifth, everybody. Diamondbacks have a 3-2 lead. Meatball gave up those 3 runs. So 1-2 here with no one out in the top of the fifth. Cornelio comes set. It will be a 1-2. Here's the pitch to Perdomo from Cornelio. Way inside, ball 2. Gets away from Ford, and Carroll will easily move up to third on the wild pitch. So Cornelio goes low and inside, and Ford can't even catch it, and it will be a 2-2 now. Wow, goes way inside, gets away. So there'll be a runner at third here with no one out. Way inside. That one nowhere near. So to be 3-2 here, 2-2 after that ball that was nowhere close at all. Cornelio comes set. It'll be a 2-2 to Perdomo. Here's the pitch from Cornelio. Check swing, did he go? No, says third base umpire Sherwater, to be a 3-2 count. If you're going to call that earlier one on Wood, you have to call it on Perdomo right there. They went same distance. Come on. So to be 3-2 here. It'll be 3-2. Cornelio will come set right here. He comes set. It'll be a 3-2 to Perdomo. Cornelio waits. Now the 3-2. Inside, ball 4, and he walked him. Cornelio goes to the slider in and can't get the call. So there's going to be runners at first and third here with no one out. So now the question's got to be if it's hit to shortstop, are they going to come home with it first, or are they going to go try to turn the double play? So it looks like Simon Matthews is going to pay a visit now. Mr. C says, congrats on 750, rounding third and headed home. A phrase on the Red Stadium, apparently the tagline of a long announcer. Oh, thank you so much, Mr. C, and thank you for that fact. So runners at first and third here. That'll bring up Geraldo Perdomo. Tommy just subscribed, and Wilson just subscribed. Thank you so much to Tommy and Wilson for subscribing. So Simon Matthews going to have a long mound visit now. Home plate umpire Merzel comes out to break it up now as Simon Matthews will take the walk back. So runners at first and third here for Kane of Cornelio to try to hold on. But I'll bet you Perdomo is on the move right here. They want him on the move right here. Stay out of the double play. But now then you can come home with it. Gabriel Moreno will come to the plate right here. Let's go. We got plenty of people in the chat. Be sure to hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button, everybody. Help out the channel just a little bit. Every little thing counts. So first and third here, Cornelio looking in for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. Here comes the first pitch to Gabriel Moreno. That's going to be called. Strike one on the outside corner. And it's an 0-1 count now. 0-1 here with no outs. Clipped the outer part of the zone with a fastball. Just went to the bread and butter right there and gets him to look at it. So to be an 0-1 count now. Cornelio looks over to first, and he comes set. It'll be an 0-1 to Moreno. Here's the pitch to Moreno from Cornelio. Swing and a miss at a slider. He fouled it off. Honestly, better there that he fouled it off because he got past Ford. That was a problem if he doesn't get that because the runner basically easily moves up to second. So it'll be 0-2 here. Cornelio looks in for his sign. He will now come set. It'll be an 0-2 to Gabriel Moreno from Cornelio. Here's the pitch to Moreno. Check swing, did he go? No. Should it be a 1-2 count? Didn't go far enough. So it'll be a 1-2 count. That pitch low and away wanted him to chase the slider. And for a second, Perdomo did want to chase, but he won't go. Should be a 1-2 now. 1-2 here with no outs, top of the 5th inning. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. We got plenty of people in the chat. Cornelio comes set. It'll be a 1-2 to Moreno. Now, time taken by Moreno. He'll step out, take a practice swing or two. I mean, they need to control the timeouts a little bit more, how long you can have. I feel like that's something that they can probably control, and it won't be bad, is them controlling how long timeouts can be. So you 1-2 here as Cornelio comes set. It would be a 1-2 to Gabriel Moreno. Forward setup upstairs. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul ball. We'll do 1-2 again. He goes to the upstairs 98-mile-an-hour fastball. But Moreno's just get a little piece of it. That's all he needed. So we'll do 1-2 again right here. 1-2 here, no outs, top of the 5th. Cornelio looks in for his sign. He checks on the runner at first. That's Perdomo. Carroll's at third, both with good speed. It'll be a 1-2 to Moreno. Here's the pitch. Swinging a check swing, grounder, foul. He goes upstairs 97, and that's fouled off by Moreno. He barely check swing and fouls it off. Wilson's here. He says, thank you for the stream. Thank you so much, Wilson, for tuning in. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening. So 1-2 with no one out. Cornelio comes set. It'll be a 1-2 to Moreno. Here's the pitch to Moreno. Swinging a fly ball. Hit out to center. Going back is Young at the track. And he makes the catch route number 1. Carroll will easily score on the play. They'll fire this one towards second, as in safely to second base is Perdomo. So both runners tag, and now there's a runner at second with 1 out. Surprising that Perdomo was able to move up to second. Young doesn't throw it very hard towards second, so it's a 4-2 game now. Nationals trail by 2. So there's the can of Cornelio we love, giving up runs. That'll score Carroll. It's now a 4-2 game. I'd really love it. Really, if this team just had a good bullpen to work with this offense. This coming set's going to be Cornelio. First pitch here to Ketel Marte from Cornelio. To turn around, take a look at second. So Perdomo staring at Abrams. They might have said some words to each other. Ketel Marte, he's 1 for 2 on the day. He does have a tank in the game. Coming set's Cornelio. First pitch here now to Ketel Marte. And Marte swings early and pops this one up on the infield. Nunez is under it. He's looking for it, and Nasim Nunez makes the catch for out number 2. And there's 2 away now. So 2 outs now, and that'll bring up Max Kepler here with 2 away. W Stream. So this is Works here. This is Works Up. He says, W Stream, betting today. I don't usually watch baseball, but no streaming services. You're the man. Thank you so much for tuning in, man. Thank you for choosing District Nation today for listening to the game. Yep, can of Cornelio. There he is. So 2 outs here. Cornelio now has a runner at second with Max Kepler up to the plate. The pitch to Kepler is right in there, called strike 1. It's no 1 count. At 97, Cornelio's going to throw it hard, but just not going to throw 100, but he's going to throw with some good velo. He's still going to mess you up your timing. Maybe break it down to an 80-mile-an-hour slider. Deona Kepler. Here's the pitch from Cornelio. Way upstairs, ball 1 with a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. That one is nowhere near. So do a 1-1 count now. Not too many fans filling up Nationals Park. At least every section has a fan or two. You got fans filling up a few sections. Many people wanting to sit to watch the game. The 1-1 at Kepler. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball. Hit out to right, but James Wood coming in now, and James Wood tearing towards the line. He makes the catch for out number 3, and that will end the inning. But a run does score, so 1 run in the inning. That is Corbin Carroll on only 1 hit, so 1 run on 1 hit. And then you got 1 man left on base. It's a 4-2 game, everybody, as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Arizona 4, Nationals 2 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Right here on District Nation. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's broadcast. As we head to the bottom of the 5th, today's broadcast is brought to you by Watch It Fly Media. I mean, the pitch count is so good. That's the thing for Drake. He is not losing pitches at all. He's not wasting pitches at all. This is a real problem. The Nationals need to work some ABs because he is doing so well right now. So we go bottom 5. It'll be Nunez, Chaparro, and Cruz. Or excuse me, Nunez, Wood, and Chaparro. Not Cruz just yet. I'd like to have Cruz up to the plate. That'd be really nice, but not yet. Just yet. So Nunez known for getting rallies going, though. Nunez, a good hitter. Nasim Nunez, a good hitter there. Michaelis just didn't give a good start. 4 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs. Not what you want to see from your starter. Cornelio gives up a run in his first inning, and the Diamondbacks have seen him. The Diamondbacks have seen Kenneth Cornelio before. They know what they're looking at. They're not coming into this blind. They know what they're doing. They have faced him before. So you got to understand that they're going to see him. They're going to use data. They're going to use the numbers they have. They did pretty well in that first inning at least. Now you got to think, are they going to send out Cornelio for a second inning? Are they even going to dare do it? So we head to the bottom of the 5th, everybody. Nunez is 0 for 1 on the day. He flew out in foul ground. And then Woods 0 for 2 and Chaparro's 0 for 2. So this group's a real heavy hitter here, 0 for 5 on the day total. Real heavy hitters right there. But, I mean, this offense is just really good. That's the thing. They are going to hit. They're going to slug. They're going to put you away right here. So you got to be ready to face the Nationals offense right here as Drake will work a 5th inning right here. He goes into the line. First pitch to Nasim Nunez. And Nunez takes a cutter inside, ball 1. And it is a 1-0 count now. 1-0 here with no one gone in the bottom of the 5th. 248 average for Nunez. 1 home run. 30 runs driven in. Drake into the line. The 1-0 to Nunez. Nunez takes a changeup low, ball 2, so it's a 2-0 count. You do not want Nunez on base right here. He is going to steal bases. I would love to have Nunez just steal second and third. Here's the 2-0 to Nunez. Nunez swings and fouls this one back. It'll be a 2-1 count now. That one gets out of play. So do 2-1 here. Bottom of the 5th, 4-2 game. Diamondbacks have the lead. Nunez up to the plate right here. Facing a lefty in Drake right here. So Nunez hitting from the right side. Here comes the 2-1 to Nunez. Nunez takes a pitch up and away, ball 3, so it will be a 3-1 count now. 3-1 here, bottom of the 5th. Nunez has to be patient right here, especially against the lefty Drake. You got to work some good ABs. He's at 61 pitches in the 5th inning. He's on a good pace. The 3-1 to Nunez is upstairs, ball 4. So Nunez is going to take a walk here to get the bottom of the 5th going. That'll bring up James Wood right here with no one out and a runner at first. And this is Nasim Nunez, who from the right side had an average of 247. And then 250 against lefties. Or excuse me, yeah, against lefties there when he hit. Or 247 as a righty, and then 250 against lefties. First pitch to James Wood, and that's going to be outside, ball 1. It's a 1-0 count. James Wood could use a nice swing right here. Nice little hack. Has had a home run in a little bit. You'll notice that he has not had that pop, and it's really interesting. I hope that the slump isn't starting. Second half slump. It would be a 1-0 to James Wood. Here's the pitch. Wood swinging a fly ball. Center field, going back is Tawa. At the track, at the wall, and that one is gone! Watch it fly, James Wood. 2-run home run. Home run 29. He says, Mr. Slump, don't come to my house, and he ties this one up. Nasim Nunez scores on the James Wood 2-run bomb, and it's a 4-4 game. James Wood goes to dead center, puts it into the grass batter's eye area. We're tied at 4 as James Wood leaves the yard. Watch it fly, James Wood here in the bottom of the 5th, and the Nationals respond. It's 4-4. Home run 29 for James Wood on the year. RBIs 70 and 71. Still up there in the league leaders for home runs to dead center. Crushes it. Kind of sneaks it out of here to dead center, too. He got a good piece of it, though, and sends it out of here. Tawa looks like he had a play, but that one is up to the Nationals area. So 4-4 here. We'll do the Nats chant in a second right here, everybody. So now we're going to get a pitching change right here. Lois Siga going to come on in here for the Diamondbacks.
N-A-T-S, Nats, 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 woo! N-A-T-S, Nats, 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 woo!
So James Wood ties it with a 2-run home run. We're knotted up at 4. James Wood, a guy who just goes out to dead center every time. Not going to see him do much more than hit it to dead center, left center, maybe right center on occasion. He barely pulls the ball, and that works. Mr. C throwing the watch it fly emojis in the chat. Got some rockets emojis in there. Let's go, everybody. We're tied at 4. James Wood says to Mr. Slump, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to hit a home run. So that's exactly what you need sometimes. A James Wood 2-run home run to put the Nationals tied with the Diamondbacks. We're tied at 4. So to bring up Andres Chaparro's Loaiziga will come into the game right here for the Arizona Diamondbacks. So we're going to get a pitching change right here. They take him out with a not high pitch count right here, but they are going to put in the righty Jonathan Loaiziga. Loaiziga will take over right here. Here in the 5th. After Drake works 4 innings. He works 4 innings total, but in the 5th, that game-tying home run happened. So both starters end up only working 4 innings. 5 hits given up by Drake and 4 runs credited to him. He did have a problem with walks. He did walk 2 guys, and he ended up just striking out 1 guy. And it was James Wood at the beginning of this game. So you might get a pinch hitter right here for righties coming in. You might need a pinch hit Tenna for Chaparro, and then you got to send in Vivas for House, who cannot hit a righty. So Loaiziga will take over right here. Here in the 5th, he'll get this game going. First pitch now to Dalen Lyle, pinch hitting for Chaparro. First pitch is going to be in there, called strike 1, bottom part of the zone. Forgot Dalen Lyle existed for a second. So here we go. He'll get a pinch hit opportunity here in the 5th to play in the designated hitter position. Good that they had Lyle on the bench, a guy who's usually a starter getting a rest day today, but he is going to play. Here comes the 0-1 Lyle. Lyle takes a changeup outside, ball 1, and it is a 1-1 count. Now you can throw Tenna or Vivas into the game. You can pick and choose right here because Lyle's going to take over the DH position. You can throw someone in a House's spot, and you can throw someone in a Ford spot. You can throw Ruiz in there. Here's the 1-1. Lyle swings and bloops this one out to left field. That's going to fall for a base hit in front of the left field Kepler. Dalen Lyle with a pinch hit base hit here in the bottom of the 5th. The Nationals have a base runner, and the go-ahead run is now on base. Bloops that one out to left field for a base knock right there. Dalen Lyle doing what he does best, getting on base. And this is a guy who doesn't have the highest batting average. He's hitting .244. He has 11 home runs, 51 runs driven in. Just getting on base right there, doing what he needs to do right there. So, runner at first here with no one gone. Loaiziga comes set. Face Dylan Cruz now. Here's the pitch to Cruz. Cruz takes a sinker outside, ball 1. No ABS challenge. That looks like it clipped. So it'll be a 1-0 count now. 1-0 here with no one out. Bottom of the 5th. Runner at first for the Nationals right here. A chance to take the lead for the first time in this game. Here's the 1-0 to Cruz. Here's the pitch. That's low, ball 2. Can't get the call with a sinker, so it'll be a 2-0 count now. 2-0 here with no one gone. Bottom of the 5th inning. So 2-0 here. Coming set is going to be Loaiziga. Here comes the pitch to Dylan Cruz. The 2-0. Cruz swinging a foul ball to be a 2-1 count. He fouls off that 98-mile-an-hour sinker. That sinker packs a punch. So 2-1 here. Bottom of the 5th. Looks like ESPN has not updated that Curtis Mead got traded. They still think he's on the Nationals. They're saying he's on the bench here, at least on the one source I checked. Loaiziga comes set. It'll be a 2-1 to Dylan Cruz. Here's the pitch. Cruz swinging a ground ball. This is foul to be a 2-2 count. Loaiziga on the season has 43 games worked. This is his 44th, 40 innings worked. He has a 2.03 ERA. He has a save on the year, so he's been a decent surefire arm. One of the best ERAs of his career where he's pitched a good amount of games. Before he had, in 2021, 57 games with a 2.17. So this year has been his best besides 3 games in 2024 for New York without giving up a run. Here comes the 2-2 to Cruz. Cruz swinging a foul ball, so he is working a good AB here against Loaiziga. By the time Brady House comes up, this dude's arm might fall off with the way Dylan Cruz is working this AB. CJ Abrams stands on deck, has a home run in the game already. Now the Nationals' single-season record holder for a shortstop in home runs. Kind of a long way to say that. Cruz up to the plate here, trying to work an AB in a righty-righty matchup. Loaiziga comes set. It'd be a 2-2 to Dylan Cruz. He waits. Now the 2-2 to Cruz will go for Appleton first. Back in safely is Lyle. Ooh, that was close. Locklear almost laid the tag in time, but they're going to say they did not get Lyle. Sets the first disengagement by Loisiga. Loisiga comes set. It'll be a 2-2 to Dylan Cruz. He waits. Now the pitch to Cruz. Cruz swinging a ground ball. This is down the left field line, but foul. Oof. Maybe just a tad bit later on that. That's a double down the line. But a 2-2 again here. So Cruz looks like he's going to need a new bat right here. Or he's just asking for some pine tar. Something on the bat right here. Yeah, he's going to get some pine tar for the bat. So he's getting ready. He wants it to be a little more sticky. He wears some kind of neon greenish, more cyan batting gloves. Kind of a bluish greenish batting gloves there. Kind of turquoise maybe? Turquoise I could call it. That's a good way to say. So cool batting gloves. Loisiga out to 9 pitches after facing Lyle and Cruz. It'll be a 2-2 to Cruz. Here's the pitch to DC3. Cruz swinging a fly ball. Hit out to center. Going back is Tawa, but he's under it. And he will make the catch with a step onto the track. Lyle will retreat back to first. Cruz got a good piece of that one, but he just flies out to center field. Another play out to Tawa. So that'll bring up CJ Abrams now, who already has a bomb in today's game. Just barely snuck it out of here. It was overturned to a home run. So Abrams was saying, that's a homer? That's a homer? And then he said, yes, it's a homer, and he jogged on home. Home run number 26, now single-season record holder for home runs as a shortstop national. Here's a pitch to Abrams, and Abrams goes out to center again. Going back is Tawa at the track, at the wall, and that one is gone! Watch it fly, CJ Abrams, another one! Second home run of the day. He's making the record even harder to beat. It's a 6-4 game. Abrams gets it out of here. It's 6-4. Watch it fly. CJ Abrams, 2-run home run. His second home run of the game out to right center. This time he got to stare at it, look at it, and enjoy it. It's a 6-4 game. The Nationals hold the lead. Let's go. Abrams makes it the second home run in the inning and the second home run of the game for him. So now that'll bring up Brady House right here in a 6-4 game, and House takes a pitch in there, called strike one with a sinker. We'll get our chant here in a second, but for now, 6-4 game, Abrams to right center, sends it out of here. I mean, why not? Take the lead. Here's the 0-1 House, and that's going to be called strike two with a curveball to be 0-2 count. So they're going to leave House in here to face a righty. Wow, they have some faith in him to face a righty right here. Abrams a 2-run tank. So 0-2 here with the 1 out. And 0-2 to House. Catcher set up outside. Here's the pitch from Loisiga. And House swinging a miss on a curveball, and he's down swinging for out number 2. There it is again. House trying to hit righties. He chases a lot more. So everybody, it's time to chant. So get ready for the NATS chant.
N-A-T-S, Nats, 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 woo! N-A-T-S, Nats, 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 woo!
So Abrams is now at 27 home runs. He has easily broken that shortstop record now. Here's the pitch to Young, and that's going to be in there, called strike one with a sinker. 2 home runs on the game. First off the starter, now off the first reliever into the game. And this time against a righty, and he is just raking out here. Abrams is absolutely cooking. It would have been 0-1 to Jacob Young now as that pitch was in for a strike. Here's the pitch to Young, and he swings and hits this one out to right. Coming in is Carroll. Sliding catch by Corbin Carroll. What a play by Corbin Carroll for out number 3, and that will end the inning. Corbin Carroll makes a spectacular play for out number 3. That'll end the inning, but James Wood and CJ Abrams say, no, we're going to take the lead back. Thank you very much. Thanks for holding our place, Diamondbacks, but we are back. So the Nationals have 4 runs in the inning on 2 home runs, courtesy of James Wood and CJ Abrams, the Bash brothers right there. That'll end the inning. 4 runs in the inning. You get only 3 hits, but that's all you needed. No runners left on base. 4 for the Nationals. It is now a 6-4 game. Nationals hold the lead through 5. Man, I get out of the car and I miss Abrams' second tank. Oh, Mr. C. You missed Abrams' second tank. Oof. I'm so sorry, Mr. C. He is raking, though. He has become a guy who is the best shortstop in the NL right now. Maybe not with the glove, but with the bat, he is easily the best shortstop in baseball right now. 27 home runs, 82 runs driven in, and he has 17 stolen bases. he's going to have 40-30 this year. He's probably going to end up going 40-30. The best he had done before was 2020. He's going to break 30-30 easily. CJ Abrams has become the best NL shortstop in baseball. And, 2 home runs in the game, and James Wood just satisfying that he wants to be the MVP. He is throwing them out there. CJ Abrams trying to win himself Silver Slugger. CJ Abrams, Silver Slugger is not... That could happen. That could easily happen if he keeps doing this. If he keeps this up, he's going to catch Wood in home runs, too. That's the thing. He's at 27. Wood is at 29 now. This is actually a race. If everyone remembers the home run race from the 90s, now Nationals fans are entertained by a CJ Abrams, James Wood home run race, and it'll provide more home runs. Curtis Mead, a powerful punch, leaves, but CJ Abrams says, James Wood say, it's okay. Abrams will hit one for you. We'll hit one for you, Mead. Before the All-Star break, he had 47 home runs in his career. Second half, he has 19. So, there you go. In 264 games. But in 120 games, it's a post-All-Star. 19 home runs, 59 RBIs. Here's the pitch from Cornelio to Arenado. And Arenado takes a pitch called strike one in the outside corner. So the pitcher of record now, Riley Kane of Cornelio, if he can hold this. If he can hold this. Keyword if. 0-1. Cornelio sets. Here comes the 0-1 to Arenado. Here's the pitch. That's outside ball one. So Cornelio saying that he can give up runs and still get wins. Wow. So 1-1 here. So Cornelio's got to give him a good outing here, though. Here comes the 1-1 to Arenado in a righty-righty matchup. Here's the pitch. Curveball, or that's a slider upstairs ball, too. Sometimes you forget Cornelio only has 2 pitches. He has the fastball and the slider. If, says Mr. C, if he can hold this lead. A 2-run lead, keyword if. Very keyword if. It'll be a 2-1 to Cornelio. Here's the pitch. Arenado takes a fastball called strike 2, and Nolan Arenado is going to challenge right here. That clipped the zone. Arenado wants a challenge, though. Kind of an old-fashioned guy. Probably not too great at the ABSs. Here's the pitch, and it's a strike. Nolan Arenado loses the Diamondbacks a challenge. Well, thank you, Arenado, right there. Just confirming it, making Cornelio feel good about himself. Now he's going to throw you the slider away, and he's going to swing right through it. Cornelio sets the 2-2 to Arenado. That's way upstairs, ball through with a slider, so did not go to the slider away, went to the slider up. So 3-2 here, top of the 6th inning. Nationals hold a 2-run lead right here. 3-2 and no one out, top of the 6th. The Diamondbacks up to the plate here. Arenado's 0 for 2 on the day with a couple ground outs. Cornelio sets the 3-2 to Arenado. Swinging a ground ball foul. Wow, Cornelio's lucky that time. Arenado fouled off a pitch that was not in the zone on the low and outside corner. So Arenado, you'll see, is a chaser, though. He will chase. Arenado also a guy who is incapable of hitting a home run to right field. I don't think I've ever seen him hit a home run to right field. I've only ever seen him pull the ball. I don't think I've ever seen Arenado hit the ball opposite field. Here's the 3-2 from Cornelio. Swinging a fly ball foul, right field side. Wow, he actually elevated a ball to right field. That you don't see. So looks like Tom Cosgrove up in the bullpen now. 2-pitch Cosgrove's going to warm up here probably for the 7th inning. Or even to come in the 6th, but he'll warm up here. Maybe to relieve Cornelio of his duties early. Coming set to Cornelio. It'll be a 3-2 to Arenado. Here's the pitch to Arenado. Swinging a fly ball foul. We'll do 3-2 again. Arenado working a good AB here. All sliders and four-seamers. As usual, consistently, he's throwing more four-seam fastballs. At the 8 pitches, he's throwing 5 fastballs and 3 sliders. So it'll be 3-2. Coming sets Cornelio. It'll be a 3-2 to Arenado. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, ball 4. He loses him. Cornelio threw that slider upstairs. Can't hit the zone. So that brings the tying run to the plate right here. In the person of Adrian Tel Castillo. This would be a time to send out Butera. Get Cosgrove into the game here. But you want Cornelio to go as long as he can so you don't have to use Cosgrove anytime in the 6th. And then you can just use him in the 7th inning. You can use him as a 7th inning guy. Crook for the 8th. Rebalta for the 9th. Here's the pitch to Del Castillo. And that's upstairs, ball 1. 1-0 here. Cornelio now holds a 2-run lead. Del Castillo up to the plate right here. coming up on that 200 mark with the average. He's at 207, so he could drop below 200 soon if he can't get knocks. Here's the 1-0 to Del Castillo. And he swings and hits this one out to left center. Coming in is Cruz. Cruz makes the catch in left center for out number 1. So there's one gone here. Cornelio gets the out he needs, and that's out number 1. A productive out there for Cornelio. Just get the out, set down the first hitter after walking the guy. Now a double play is set up. You can end it here with one batter, and the batter will be Locklear right here with one out. Real productive out, though. That was a really good out. And you have a righty up to the plate and not too fast runners up to the plate and on the base paths. Here's the first pitch to Locklear, and he's going to take a pitch low ball one with a fastball at 98 miles an hour, and it will be a 1-0 count. So, they usually measure hard throwers on a team and hardest fastball per team wearing your jersey. I think ours would end up being Cornelio at 98, 99 miles an hour. He probably hit 99 at one point. Here's the 1-0 from Cornelio. Swing and a miss at a fastball at 97. He just swings right through it. So to be a 1-1 count now. That is just my opinion, but I think realistically, you're looking at Cornelio here being our hardest thrower. And it's not like this guy is a hard thrower. I don't think he's touched 100 all year. It's just this team doesn't throw hard. The 1-1 from Cornelio. Swing and a miss at a 98 mile an hour fastball. It'll be a 1-2 count now. Let's see if they round it up on the speed. Let's check on the radar gun here. They'll probably have 98 as well. Looks like they have 97, so they rounded up here on the Nats radar gun. 1-2 from Cornelio. Swinging a fly ball. Right field. Foul ground. Nunez looking for it. Nasim Nunez makes the catch in foul ground for out number 2. That looked to be more right field, but Nunez makes the play out there in foul ground. So there's 2 outs now. That'll bring up Tawa here with 2 away. NL wildcard standings, the Dbacks are in there right now. The Nationals just 2 games behind. If they lose today and the Nationals can gain ground on the Cardinals as well, Nationals could be in the wildcard soon. It is really great if the Nationals can make the playoffs. So 2 outs here, and Tawa will step up to the plate. Tim Tawa is getting a lot of action in the outfield. Pitch to Tawa is going to be way high and inside ball one with an 85 mile an hour slider, and it will be a 1-0 count now. 1-0 here with 2 outs in the top of the 6-4 game. Nationals hold the lead. Cornelio looks at his sign. He comes set. It'll be a 1-0 to Tawa. Here's the pitch from Cornelio. Swing and a miss at a slider, and it's a 1-1 count. So 1-1 here with 2 outs. Just a reminder, we will not be on the mic tomorrow. I will actually be headed to the Nationals game tomorrow. They'll be playing the Blue Jays, which I'm really excited to watch. Then they're going to Atlanta and Philly after the end of this homestand. It'll be a 1-1. Here's the pitch to Tawa. Upstairs, ball 2 to be a 2-1 count. 2-1 here with 2 outs. We will probably not be on the mic next week as well. I am going on vacation next week, so going to be gone for a while. Haven't announced that just yet. Support some other streamers, though. There's like the tiniest chance I do a game from the hotel. I don't really want to, but here's the 2-1 to Tawa. Inside, ball 3. It is a vacation, so I'll keep you guys updated on Nationals news. The last day is during the trade deadline, so that first day of vacation is going to be a little for me. I'm going to be scrolling my phone looking for any updates during the trade deadline. It'll be a 3-1. Cornelio sets. Comes the 3-1 to Tawa. Here's the pitch. Swing and a sword swing, and it's a 3-2 count. He went after that fastball. Sword, Riley Cornelio. So it's a 3-2 count now. 3-2 here with 2 outs. Gets the sword that time. Cornelio looks in for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. It'll be a 3-2 to Tawa. Here's the pitch from Cornelio. Swinging a fly ball down the right field line. And this one will go out of play. So do 3-2 again. Got a good piece of it, but it goes out of play. So do 3-2 again. Wood kind of gave it a look, but not too much. So we'll do 3-2 here with 2 outs in the top of the 6th. First 3 pitches were sliders. The next 3 all fastballs. You went from mid-80s to high 90s right here. Right away, you might want to drop back down. Go to a slider right here. But you also need to hit the zone right here. Coming sets Cornelio. It'll be a 3-2 to Tawa. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball. Out to right. Wood is under it. He's tracking it. James Wood with sunglasses on makes the catch for out number 3. The sun is high, but James Wood makes the catch on the high fly ball, and that's out number 3. We will head to the bottom of the 6th, everybody. Nationals now hold a 6-4 lead. Riley Cornelio gets the scoreless inning. So he's the pitcher of record for now. Went to the bottom of the 6th, everybody. It'll be Ford, Garcia Jr., and Nunez for the bottom of the 6th, as now the Arizona Diamondbacks have their first scoreless inning since the 2nd inning, and that's their only 2 scoreless so far, the 2nd and the 6th. And look up, the Nats are winning 6-4. So you're playing the best offense in the league right here. You can score runs, but you got to keep up with guys like James Wood and CJ Abrams as well to compete with this squad. It's going to be Colt Ford, then Garcia Jr., then Nunez for the bottom of the 6th. Then we're getting closer and closer to that 7th inning stretch, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And while you're at it, I have another thing here. Be sure to go subscribe to Pure Adrenaline Football. This is a channel where we cover football content. This is football content. That's the logo up there. You can find the QR code over there to take you to the channel and subscribe, featuring all your favorite creators and teams, plus my coverage of the Commanders that is on my channel as well. You're going to find exclusive content over there as well. This could be NFL coverage all season, all off-season, reactions, pregame and postgame. Everything you need can be found over there on Pure Adrenaline Football. A lot of creators have joined and others joining soon. And we have a lot of creators who are in line to join, which is going to be a whole lot of fun. I'm really excited to see who joins. If you're interested, I think you can probably contact Pure Adrenaline Sports. I don't know. You can contact me as well. I'm willing to listen. You can find my email, districtnationyt@gmail.com. It is also in YouTube, but if you want to join the channel, reach out to me or PAS. And there's no owner really, but you can join the channel. So here we go. Scan that QR code now to subscribe as we head to the bottom of the 6th right here. Getting right back into this. And we'll get to our bobblehead screen as well at some point. But here we go for the bottom of the 6th. Harry Ford will lead it off for the Nationals right here. Looks like we're going to have a new arm out there. Thompson takes over. A righty arm right here will take over. This is going to be Ryan Thompson. 4-2 record, 7 holds with a 3.82 ERA. He'll take over right here after Loisiga works majority of the 5th, gets all the outs in the inning. So Thompson will take over for the 6th. The 1 inning worked by Loisiga. 3 runs. 3 hits, or actually, none of the runs, only 2 of them are earned to Loisiga, because it was the Abrams home run. Thompson comes set. Here's the first pitch to Harry Ford from the righty. He's a side armor, and that's going to be low with the sinker, ball 1. It's a 1-0 count as Thompson will take over here. A side arm thrower, completely, not fully submarine, but that's a low arm angle. Just subscribe to Pure Adrenaline Football. Thank you so much, Mr. C, for subscribing. Commanders content can be found over there as well. The 1-0, and Ford swings and fouls this one off, and it's a 1-1 count. A righty-righty matchup right here. Harry Ford's going to get to face a righty. In the end, 2 hits given up by Loisiga. 2 runs, 2 earned, a strikeout, no walks. So that's his line. He struck out Brady House. You saw now a timeout called. Ooh, a pitch comm violation. Who's it on? So looks like there's a pitch comm violation right here, but I don't see the count changing at all. Is this a count violation on Harry Ford? Was he not looking in time? So let's see. It is a 1-2 count now. Here's the pitch, and swung on. Blooped out towards right center field. Carroll coming in, and Corbin Carroll makes the catch for out number 1. A lot of range out there from Corbin Carroll. Covers a lot of ground as a right fielder as well. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. There was a pitch comm violation on Harry Ford. Didn't end up mattering at all. So 1 out here. Ryan Thompson, a sidearm thrower. He has a very low arm angle. 37 2/3 innings worked. He has 26 strikeouts. Now Luis Garcia Jr. will step up to the plate. Let's go. We just gained another subscriber. Up to 753 now. Thank you so much to that new subscriber. The pitch to Louis is going to be in there. Called strike 1 with a sinker. Bottom part of the zone, and it's an 0-1 count. Kind of surprising he got the call right there. So 0-1 here with 1 out. In the bottom of the 6th, Thompson comes set. It'll be an 0-1 to Louis. Here's the pitch to Garcia. Louis takes a slider in there, called strike 2. That one slid right back into the zone. That was nasty. Incredible movement on that slider from Thompson. Kudos to him. So 0-2 here with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. Thompson comes set. It'll be an 0-2 to Garcia. Here's the pitch from Thompson. Garcia takes a sinker away, ball 1, so it'll be a 1-2 count. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. If you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. Help us hit 1,000 because we are now 3/4 of the way there. Thompson comes set. It'd be a 1-2 to Louis. Here's the pitch, and that's outside, ball 2. And it will be a 2-2 count now. 2-2 here with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. Garcia up to the plate. He's 0 for 2 on the day. He grounded out and flew out in foul territory. Here's the pitch to Louis. Swinging a fly ball, right field, going back is Carroll, but he's just going to watch this one, and it's off the wall. Carroll wasn't hustling, though, so Garcia can jog to second. Carroll kind of stared at it like it was out of here, but Louis ends up going off the wall. He'll hit the meditation celebration, and there's a runner at second here with 1 out. What a celebration. So that's a double for Luis Garcia Jr. off the right field wall. The way Carroll was looking at it, that looked like it was gone. His reaction... Garcia probably wasn't hustling like it was a double, but he ran at first hard and then started jogging. Carroll kind of watched it, didn't really hustle. Now, just a kind of a notification here. Clayton Beer now warming up as Garcia able to hit the meditation celebration right there. Garcia leads away from second here with 1 out. So Nasim Nunez to the plate with 1 gone. Here's the pitch. Nunez takes a sinker, called. Strike 1. Wow, that one was low and out of the zone. We're going to get called strike. Garcia hits it off the wall. I didn't think that it was going to stay in during Carroll's reaction. He didn't think it was gone. As that's going to be a slider called strike 2 on the outside corner. It's an 0-2 count. So now Brandon Garcia is also warming up for the Diamondbacks now. He's getting warmed up. It'll be 0-2 here to Nunez. So Smoonez up to the plate here. Thompson facing him. Here comes the 0-2 to Nunez. That's low ball 1 with a sinker, so it'll be a 1-2 count. Let's go Smoonez. Yes, Smoonez. So with Beater getting warmed up now, they're probably going to go to Beater for the 7th. So I'm assuming we're going Crook 8th, Cosgrove 9th, because both of them have warmed up as Nunez crushes this one out to right, but right there is going to be Carroll, and he makes the catch for out number 2. So 2 outs now. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Nunez flies out. Nunez got a decent piece of that one. Thought it was farther, but it wasn't. So that'll bring up James Wood here with 2 outs. Thompson will face Wood right here. Garcia not too fast, but if Wood were able to have a base hit right here, it probably scores a run. And it'd be really, really nice if the Nationals could put on maybe just 1 run right here. Just add on as Thompson comes set. Here comes the first pitch to James Wood, and he'll turn around, look at second. That's got to be a balk. He started and then turns. He bends down already and then turns. I didn't know you could do that if you're a sidearm thrower. But that looks like a balk, but he turned it well, so Garcia had to get back. But now, though, the first pitch to James Wood. Here's the pitch. And now do it again. Garcia had to cover his head thinking he was going to throw it. But now, wait, oh, what happened there? So kind of lost the ball. Garcia starts towards third. Thompson has used both his disengagements now, but I see... in nowhere, oh wow, is James Wood going to get intentionally walked? James Wood going to take an intentional walk right here. Interesting move. So they're going to intentionally walk James Wood, who had a home run back in the 5th. They'll intentionally walk him right here. They'd rather face Dalen Lyle right here with runners at first and second. Interesting move. Lyle's a good hitter too, but runners at first and second here with 2 outs. Or no, they're going to go to the lefty now. They're going to set up a lefty-lefty matchup for Dalen Lyle, and he's walking out. Is he going to be done? Is he going to get taken out for a righty? They don't really have a righty who can come in. Here we go. We're getting a pitching change right here. I think they're about to go to the righty right here. They're going to go to Brandon Garcia right here. He's a lefty. Wears number 55 at age 26. So we'll see if he comes into the game right here in the bottom of the 6th. Now with the lefty coming in, I'd see them pinch hitting for Lyle. So it will be Brandon Garcia right here. This season has a record of 0-1 over 32 games with a 1.69. He has 1 save, 26 and 2/3 innings worked. He has worked an exact marathon. Here we go. Brandon Garcia, 6'4", 235, a big dude, will take over here after Thompson works 2/3 of an inning. Garcia will relieve him. If anyone remembers, that was the first crickets joke we ever used, was something with a marathon. That was when we first added the sound effect as well. So here we go. Thompson works 2/3 of an inning. He ends up giving up 1 hit. We don't know his run total just yet. It's 0 for now. 1 walk, no strikeouts. That's all we know for now. Runners at first and second. Garcia at second. Wood at first. See what happens right here. I mean, Cornelio's probably done. After 2 innings of work, they're probably going to go to Beater for the 7th. Then they'll go to Crook for the 8th and Cosgrove for the 9th. That is my group. That's the guys I'd want to pitch, but I'm not the GM, nor am I the manager. So Brandon Garcia going to take over right here for the bottom of the 6th. See if the Nationals can get to him right here, though. Dalen Lau will hit. We'll see if there's a pinch hit or anything right here. They send up anyone different right here. I mean, today you've had some good highlights, though, so Lau looks like he may hit right here. Really, for the bench, all you have now is Ruiz and Tena. Ruiz could hit from the right side, but then that's just another guy used off the bench. They might just want to stick with Lau right here. Not terrible numbers against lefties. The ratio is not terrible. So here we go. Runners at first and second here with 2 outs. Garcia sets. First pitch to Dalen Lyle is way inside, ball under the sweeper, and it will be a 1-0 count now. Brandon Garcia will take over here. 30.6 K rate, though, so neither of these runs would be earned to him if they manage to score. It'll be a 1-0 to Lyle. Here's the pitch. And Lyle swinging a miss at a sinker, and it's a 1-1 count. Can't even get a piece of that one, so it'll be 1-1 here. Dalen Lyle will stay in the game to face the lefty right here. Looks like Butero doesn't want to play the matchups too much here. Garcia sets. The 1-1 to Lyle. Lyle swing and a miss on a sweeper way outside, and he swings at it. Lyle thought that one was in the zone. That was way out. That was nowhere near, and he swings at it. And that's the problem when you have a lefty-lefty matchup. They can do something like that. Make you swing at a bad pitch. They can do that. As a lefty-lefty. Here's the 1-2 to Lyle. Swinging a fly ball out to left, but left fielder Kepler's under it. He's looking, and Kepler makes the catch for out number 3, and that will end the inning. So Garcia does his job. He gets Lyle out. 1 hit in the inning, 2 runners left on base, the intentional walk. Thompson ends up having no earned runs. Way to the top of the 7th, everybody. We are through 6 right here on District Nation, and it is a 6-4 game. You know, Dalen Lau coming in here is hitting 241 against lefties, 245 against righties. He had 112 at-bats against lefties, and he had 286 against righties. So, even numbers. I mean, pretty even numbers, just less ABs against lefties. Around dead even with the average. There was really no change with them. Maybe they want him playing them less, though, as you get later in the season when you keep playing the matchups. As here we go to the top of the 7th. Getting ready here. Carroll, Perdomo, and Moreno for the top of the 7th. CJ Abrams, though, is raking now. Abrams is playing on another level right now. CJ Abrams, 2 home runs in the game. Here we go. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in here. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Hope you enjoy the stream. As we go to the top of the 7th, Corbin Carroll going to lead off. You'd think they'd put in a lefty right here. You'd think they'd go to a lefty right here. That would be my opinion, would go to a lefty to face Corbin Carroll, but instead they want to go to a righty. But then again, Carroll has those good numbers against lefties. And then they have the good numbers against, he has good numbers against lefties. So they might want to stick with a righty here in Clayton Beaters. They want to go to Clayton Beater right here. As we head to the top of the 7th, top of the order, they might end up going to Clayton Beater right here for the 7th instead of going to him for the 9th. Oh, looks like they're going to go to Max Kranick. Wow. Max Kranick was warming up. It wasn't Beater, it was Kranick. So Max Kranick going to take over now. Panic Kranick, everybody. Time to panic because it's Kranick. So Max Kranick will take over right here. So 2 innings worked by Cornelio. Kranick has 3 games worked with a 16.88 ERA. But Cornelio works 2 innings and Kranick will take over now. 1 run given up by Cornelio was earned. He ends up giving up 1 hit. Panic time. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be outside, ball 1. Good job. Good move by Butero, bringing in a righty to face Carroll. At least just Corbin Carroll, who does not have good numbers against righties. He does well against lefties. Kranick will come set right here. Here comes the 1-0. He's at the belt. Here's the pitch to Carroll. Carroll swinging a fly ball. This one is to center. Young is under it. He's camping. He's under it. And he has it for out number 1. So that's out number 1. They do put away Corbin Carroll. And there's one gone here in the top of the 7th. The righty matchup works. Kranick gets the out. So that'll bring up Geraldo Perdomo right here. He's 1 for 1 with a home run and a couple walks. Panic time. Yep. Panic. It's Kranick. Panic time because it's Kranick right here. So 1 out in the top of the 7th. Kranick looks in for his sign. He's got what he wants and he comes set. Here's the first pitch to Geraldo Perdomo, and that's going to be called strike 1 with a fastball. Kranick's really settling in since getting into the team. After that first game, settling in a little bit, working out the jitters, and he's back into a new team, new stadium, and he's feeling it. Coming set's going to be Kranick. Comes the 0-1 of Perdomo. Here's the pitch. Perdomo swinging flies this one. Left field, ranging over his third baseman House. Coming in is Lyle. That one will drop in foul ground. Neither of them can get to it. Or excuse me, that's Cruz out there in left. Lyle's the designated hitter. So 0-2 here with 1 out in the top of the 7th. Perdomo facing Kranick right here. Kranick's looking in here. He's looking for his sign. Max Kranick wears number 35 out there. He's set at the belt. It'll be 0-2 to Perdomo. Here's the pitch to Perdomo. That's in the dirt ball 1. Wanted him to chase the curveball that time, but he lays off. So it will be a 1-2 count now. Max Kranick looking better since that first game. He did not do well in that first game. We can all agree on that. That was a terrible game. He has settled in a little bit. His past couple games, figuring it out now. Gets that first out against Carroll. Just figuring it out a little bit as an arm. He was a good arm previously. The 1-2, swinging a fly ball. Hit out to right, going out is Nunez. Coming in is Wood. Nunez calling for it. He's got it. And Nunez makes the catch out there in right field for out number 2. Nas comes running out and makes the catch out there in the outfield. Good play by Nunez. Covering a lot of ground. He covers the balls in the infield, and he covers the ball in the outfield for out number 2. So Nunez the man to make the play, and there's 2 outs now. So 2 outs. That'll bring up Gabriel Moreno. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Moreno to come to the plate right here. Coming set's going to be Kranick. Here's the first pitch to Moreno. That's going to be in there. Called strike 1 with a slider top part of the zone. And it's an 0-1 count. He clicked it that time. So it'll be 0-1. Let's go Kranick right here. Don't panic. It's Kranick. Let's say that for now if he has a good outing right here. Don't panic. It's Kranick. Coming set is going to be 0-1. Here's the pitch, and Kranick called strike 2 with a slider. Clipped the zone, and it's an 0-2 count now. Kranick looking good now. Has 2 outs and an 0-2 count on Gabriel Moreno right here. Let's go Kranick. It'll be 0-2 here. Kranick looking in for his sign right here. Steps onto the rubber. I mean, you have Max Kranick, then you have Matt Crook. Good way to go 8th and the 9th. Age 29. Here's the 0-2 from Kranick, and that's outside ball 1. Wanted him to chase the slider that time. It'd be a 1-2 count. A guy who has been at the big league level. He's had 38 games of big league experience. Last year with the Mets, 24 games, a 3.65 ERA. With Pittsburgh in 2022, 2 games with no runs given up in 5 innings. The 1-2, swinging a line drive left field, but that one is well foul into the stand. So do 1-2 again right here. Good point, DN, says Mr. C. Yep. We should call him that if he does well. If he does well, we can call him no panic, it's Kranick. Or don't panic, it's Kranick. 1-2 here with 2 outs. Coming set is going to be Kranick. It'll be a 1-2 to Moreno. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball. The play is not made down the right field line. This is going to be a base hit. They're going to call it fair. Wood will grab it. He'll fire it to second. Throw is not in time. Moreno dives in a second with a double. So now panic, it's Kranick. That's a double by Gabriel Moreno. So 2-out double for Moreno here. Runner at second with 2 outs. Just a double down the first base line. He goes to the opposite field, a little late on it, and just hits it down the right field line. Has himself a knock. So there's a runner at second here with 2 outs. It goes foul down the foul line. Stayed fair, so it's a double for Moreno. And that'll now bring up Ketel Marte right here with 2 outs. Coming set's Kranick. Here's the pitch to Marte, and that's in the dirt ball 1. So it will be a 1-0 count now. 1-0 here with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. 6-4 game. Nationals hold the lead. Marte has a home run in the game as well. You do not want to have that happen right here now. With the lead you've made, the work the offense has done, the bullpen has to hold this right here. Coming set is going to be Kranick. It'll be a 1-0 to Marte. Here's the pitch. Marte takes a pitch outside, ball 2. It's a 2-0 count. 2-0 here with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. So it looks like Cosgrove now warming up, so he's probably going to be the 8th inning guy right here, Tom Cosgrove. 8th inning guy is really important. And then you probably go to Crook for the 9th. It's the 2-0. That's outside, ball 3 with a curveball. It's a 3-0 count. Now Kranick seems a little nervous. He doesn't want to throw something in the zone, trying to stay on the corners, but now you got to throw a strike right here. That's to be a priority, is get the strike in the zone. That's an important part right here. You got to remember to do it sometimes. Coming set is going to be Kranick. It'd be a 3-0. Here's the pitch. Marte swinging a miss. He went after that 3-0 fastball low and inside, and he can't hit it. Huge swing there. Wanted that one badly, and it's a 3-1 count. Definitely panic time, says Mr. C. Yes, this is definitely panic time now. Definitely. So 3-1 here with 2 outs in the top of the 7th in a 6-4 game. Kranick looks in for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. Here comes the 3-1 to Ketel Marte. Here's the pitch. Swing! And a miss at a curveball in the dirt. And it's a 3-2 count. Marte can't hit that one. It's a 3-2. Max Kranick started his career as a starter with Pittsburgh in 2021, where in 9 games he started all of them, 38 2/3 innings worked, 28 runs, and 4 home runs given up. They hit 301 against him. Here's the 3-2 to Marte. Called! Strike 3 with a slider. Knee level. And that time, don't panic, it's Kranick for out number 3. 1 hit in the inning, and 1 man left on base. Time for the 7th inning stretch, everybody. Sing, take me out to the ball game. Marte looks at a pitch low. That was in the zone. What are you looking at? Can I help you? Nope, just looking. Time for the 7th inning stretch, everybody. No runs, 1 hit, 1 runner left on base. We'll be back in just a moment. It's time for the 7th inning stretch. And we are back here, everybody, for the bottom of the 7th in a 6-4 game. Nationals will try to get some more runs on the board right here on District Nation. So we go bottom 7. We'll see if there's a new pitcher here, but Dylan Cruz will lead it off for the Nationals right here. And then it'll be CJ Abrams and Brady House. 3 guys I really want to see hit here right now. 3 guys I'd really like to see. I mean, first off, you got Dylan Cruz, who's 1 for 3 on the day. And then Abrams, who's 2 for 3 with a couple bombs. And then Brady House, who had that double back in the 2nd inning. Important he comes to the plate right here. Mr. C says, hey, didn't I tell you not to panic? Yeah, we were told not to panic, Mr. C. We were told not to panic. And we didn't. Kranick got out of that. Now, you don't need to use a really good arm for the 8th. I mean, you didn't use a really good arm for the 7th. You didn't use Beater. You didn't use Disney. You used Kranick instead. So Garcia will continue work right here. He'll face Dylan Cruz first. Then he'll face CJ Abrams. Then he'll face Brady House. Good that you get House coming up to face a lefty right here. But at the same time, all these guys have upsides. First, Cruz, a righty who just loves to rake. Then you got Abrams, who has 2 home runs on the day. And then you have Brady House, who just hits well against lefties. Can't hit a righty, but he can rake against lefties. Of course, Abrams just has a couple hits. Hardest 6 outs in baseball on the horizon, says DN Dad. Yes, these are the hardest 6 outs to get in baseball. It's nearly impossible. But good thing we have Cosgrove and Kranick could go back out for the 8th, but you have Cosgrove, you have Crook, you have Beater, you have Ribalta, and then you have about 12 hours of rest. So use who you need to use. As CJ later will take over right here, and DC3 will face Garcia. Garcia sets. Here's the pitch to Dylan Cruz. First pitch, and Cruz grounds this one through the hole in the left field. Dylan Cruz with a base knock off of Garcia. There's a runner at first here with no one out. Dylan Cruz can hit his meditation celebration right here. And now there's a runner at first with no one out. First pitch, Cruz swinging. Just hits a ground ball to left field, what he needs to do. So runner at first here with no one out. That'll bring up CJ Abrams. CJ later will come to the plate right here. Abrams up to bat. So CJ Abrams going to hit here. He has a couple home runs in the game already. Here's the pitch, and Abrams takes a sinker top part of the zone. It's an 0-1 count. So 0-1 here to Abrams, the all-star starter at shortstop, and he's 2 for 3 today with 2 home runs. Garcia sets, the 0-1 to Abrams. Abrams takes a sinker this time, called strike 2 on the low and outside corner. So it's an 0-2 count now. Bottom of the 7th, Nationals 6, Diamondbacks 4. It'll be 0-2 here. Garcia sets, catcher set up outside. Here's the 0-2 to Abrams. Way outside, ball 1 to the sweeper. That one was nowhere near at all.
Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
So 1-2 here. Garcia comes set. It'll be a 1-2 to Abrams. Here's the pitch to Abrams. Abrams swinging a miss on a sweeper. Low and away. Abrams goes down swinging. They go back to that same exact sweeper and get him to chase. So 1 out here, and that'll bring up Brady House, who has a knock in the game. He'll face the lefty Garcia right here. Brady House, 1 for 3 on the day with a double since returning back up to the big leagues. Raking in that spot. Comes the pitch to Brady House. First pitch is away with a cutter ball 1, so it's a 1-0 count. Brady House was raking at AAA, hitting over 300 coming up, and now he's back up here. And once you see him, you realize that's a big man. Brady House is a big dude. Here's the 1-0. And House swings and drives this one. Left center field. Center fielder Tawa going back, and it's off the wall. Cruz rounding second, headed for third. If he hustles, he's rounding third. He's headed to score. House in a second. The throw will be towards the first baseman and near the pitcher's mound. Brady House with his second double on the afternoon makes it a 7-4 game. Brady House delivers with an RBI double off the left center wall. It's a 7-4 game. Brady House raking against lefties here. He's hitting 500 on his return back to the big league. Center fielder grabbed it. Cruz's helmet came flying off as he comes running around third. Scores from first off the Brady House double, and it's now a 7-4 game. All right, everybody. We'll get our chant in a second here after the first pitch to Young. First pitch to Young is inside, ball 1. Now catcher's going to take a challenge.
N-A-T-S, Nats, woo!
So we're going to challenge right here on a pitch that was high and in. Here's the pitch, and it is still high and in. The Arizona Diamondbacks fail a challenge. So to be 1-0 here with 1 out. Coming set is going to be Garcia. Here's the 1-0 to Young. That's going to be called. Strike 1, top part of the zone. It's a 1-1 count. Great content. Go Nats. Thank you so much, Jamie, for tuning in. He says, great content. Thank you so much. And go Nats as well. Way to go, Brady. Yes, Brady House with the RBI double. Here's the 1-1 to Young. Swinging a ground ball. This one is down the line. A base hit. Rounding third, headed for home is House. Not hit hard at all. Left fielder will grab this one. Jacob Young will be able to cruise in a second with a double. Jacob Young can hit the celebration now. It's an 8-4 game. Jacob Young hits a soft grounder down the third base line, not hit too hard at all, and kind of dies when it gets to left field. So it's shallow, so the left fielder had to grab it. Young did not hit it hard at all, down the left field line, not roasted at all. Arenado tries to grab, and he can't. So that's just down the left field line, And it's kind of stopped by Arenado's glove. He barely grabs it. But that's a double for Jacob Young. So now the Nationals take the lead. It's 8-4 now after the RBI double from Jacob Young. Let's go. Let's do another one right here, everybody. One more run.
N-A-T-S, Nats, woo!
It's an 8-4 game now, everybody. Wow, good job by Brady House and Jacob Young, back-to-back doubles. You get the powerhouse double from Brady House, powers it out to right center, and then you get a soft ground ball down the line for a double from Jacob Young, doing what they do best. I mean, you don't need much when it comes to the Nationals right here. Just runs, and looks like Kevin Ginkel now in the bullpen for the Diamondbacks in a 4-run game. Nationals trying to satisfy the win. Here's the pitch to Harry Ford now, and Ford takes a sweeper in there, called strike one. It's an 0-1 count. Nationals showing off their offensive power right here. So, I mean, 0-1 to Ford. Here's the pitch. And Ford takes a cutter in there, called strike two, top part of the zone. It's an 0-2 count. Jamie, thank you so much for subscribing. We're up to 753 because of you. Thank you so much. Time for a Ford homer. That'd be really nice. Goes Nationals, says Fireworks. Woo. Thank you so much for tuning in. Go Nationals. Haven't seen you in a little while, but thank you so much for tuning back in. The 0-2. Garcia sets. Here's the 0-2 to Ford. That's low and in, ball one with a sweeper, so will be a 1-2 count now. 1-2 here with one out in the bottom of the seventh. Nationals trying to add on right here. They already have two. You have Cruz and House in the inning to make it an 8-4 game. Brady House is just raking since getting called back up to the big leagues. Maybe it is because he's facing a lefty, but they play to his advantages. It worked. Now Garcia will turn around and check on the runner at second. He's probably going to get a few boos scattered throughout the stadium. 1-2 here with one out. Coming set is going to be Garcia. Here's the 1-2 to Harry Ford. Ford takes a sweeper inside, ball two. It's a 2-2 count. Let's go. We're up to 754 subscribers. Now Cosgrove and Beater are warming up and throwing, both of them evenly. Beater's throwing as well. Cosgrove stretching out, throwing evenly. They're both kind of off the mound right now. Cosgrove's taking a break. Here's the 2-2 to Ford. Called strike three on the inside corner. Ford doesn't like the call, but Garcia does get the strikeout looking for out number two and his second strikeout on the afternoon. Struck out Abrams earlier in the inning swinging. Now he gets Ford looking. That'll bring up Luis Garcia Jr. He's 1 for 3 on the day, and he will hit now. Garcia now up to 19 pitches. Coming sets Garcia at the belt. First pitch to Garcia, and that's going to be low ball one. It's a 1-0 count. You know, this is how you win games as a Nationals team. You don't try for the save situation. You score runs. You don't want this to be a save situation. You want this to be a game where you don't need to bring in a closer because we don't have one. Curly W Express is here. What's up, Curly W Express? He says, woo, with all the fireworks. Let's go. Comes the 1-0 to Garcia. Garcia swings and fouls this one off third base side to be a 1-1 count now. So 2 outs here. Chance for the Nationals to really get maybe one more on the board with Young standing over there at second. Made a 5-run game right here. Coming sets Garcia. He will face Garcia. Well, that's Luis Garcia Jr. hitting. Here's the 1-1. Garcia takes a sweeper, low ball 2. It's a 2-1 count. Can't clip the zone that time. It'll be 2-1 now. 2-1 here with 2 outs. Home run leaders? The Nationals lead by 4 right now. They lead the Yankees by 4. Here's the 2-1 to Louie, and that's low ball 3. You might say, oh, because the Yankees don't have their starters. They don't have as many guys. Then why isn't third place winning? Why aren't the Dodgers winning? The Dodgers on paper have the most home run hitting offense in the league, and the Nationals are winning. Here comes the 3-1 to Louie. Louie takes a sinker in there, called strike 2, so it's a 3-2 count. Don't play with your food. Exactly. Do not play with your food right here. Score runs. Satisfy this win. You can't let the bullpen. You can't trust the bullpen really with anything. Of late, they've been good, but they can fall back in their habits quickly. The 3-2 to Louie. He chops this one towards the pitcher's mound. Garcia makes the play. He'll have to fire to first. It gets away from the first baseman. This will score Jacob Young. It's a 9-4 game. Garcia tried to field it off the mound, and he fired it to first really hard to the first baseman, Locklear, and the throw got away. Garcia will move up to second easily, and now there's a runner at second with 2 outs. So Garcia gets second base, and it's a 9-4 game. Wow. So that was grounded down the third base line, and then Garcia throws it away, and now Garcia gets second for free. So let's see what they score. Young able to just advance home easily. They're probably going to do it on the throwing air. He scores on the air. Young can score easily, and it's a 9-4 game. Garcia doing exactly what he needs to do that time. Maybe not in the picture-perfect way. So they're going to single, and then a throwing error to advance him to second. So now that's going to end the day for Garcia at 25 pitches, but the throwing error is how he scores. So that's probably going to be an unearned run, even if it's on him. Kevin Ginkel will now come into the game. So I believe that's an unearned run, but we'll check here. I believe that's an unearned run because it happened while on the throwing error, even from him. Yep, it is an unearned run in the inning, so 3 runs unearned. So he has 4, or all of them are earned. Wow, it is earned because even on the air, it's earned. So in the end, he works a full inning. He works a full inning of work. Garcia, he gives up 4 hits, 3 runs. We don't know his total just yet, but 4 hits we know, and then 2 strikeouts. We don't know the run total just yet, but for now it's 3. So taking over is going to be Ginkel now here in the 7th. Kevin Ginkel will take over. A righty arm. Well, no need for their good arms to come out of the bullpen. This is kind of their 7th inning guy right here. But now the Nationals have to hold this lead the best they can. Well, it's a 9-4 game now, big inning, and once again, they exploit the errors, the mistakes by the other team, and they do well with it. So good job by the Nationals right here, exploiting that error, scoring a run. Then you get Dylan Cruz hits the single. You get the Brady House double, Jacob Young double. They're hitting the ball. They're doing very well right now. I love what this team is putting together. Really got to watch them because this team is just really, really good. Bottom of the 7th here, Smuñez will come to the plate to face Ginkel right here. He'll face him to start the bottom of the 7th. Runner at second here with 2 outs. So here you go, everybody. I mean, this is just exactly what you want to see. Brady House, right after coming off, is hitting .500 in his return to the big leagues. 2 doubles, raking when he sees lefties, as Kevin Ginkel will take over now. 10 holds over 46 games, a 3.14 ERA. You could say his ERA tastes like pie. Coming set's going to be Ginkel. Here comes the pitch to Smuñez, and Nunez takes a fastball in there, called strike 1 in the outside corner. But the great thing is you get so much good offense from this team, especially from the other guys. House, you get offense. Even Young, you get a couple hits today. Abrams obviously providing his usual pop. Cruz with a couple hits. Here comes the 0-1 to Nunez, and that's going to be outside. Ball 1, it's a 1-1 count now. Just so much talent. Just such a good team. Nunez hitting .247 with a home run. Coming set's going to be Ginkel. It'll be a 1-1 to Smuñez. Here's the pitch. And Nunez swings and cracks this one center field. Diving play by Tawa on that line drive. Makes the catch for out number 3. What a play by Tim Tawa. That will end the inning. So he lines out to center. Nice play by Tawa for out number 3. That will end the inning. Diving play out there, and Nunez is out. So that'll end it. Ginkel gets the 3rd out he needs, and that will end the inning. But the Nationals put up 3 on the board. All 3 earned as well on 4 hits, an error, and 1 man left at second base. Here we go. Went to the 8th, but 3 more runs on the board for the Nationals. It is now a 9-4 game. The Nationals lead by 5 as we head to the top of the 8th inning. It'll be Kepler, Arenado, and Del Castillo for the top of the 8th. Man, what an inning from the Nationals. 3 runs, no home runs as well. We don't give up as many home runs. So here we go to the top of the 8th. It'll be Kepler, Arenado, Del Castillo. First off, you got to face Kepler, who's 0 for 3, then Arenado 0 for 2, and then Del Castillo 1 for 3 with a single. Let's see who takes over for the Nationals right here, or if they stick with Kranick for the 8th. You're at the point in the game where you're looking good. If you can just hold this lead, 5 runs of cushion right here. And it's no longer a save situation either. So no problem there. That's good. You don't have the threat of that happening. I don't really want to see save situation today. Unless it's Kranick or whoever pitches the next 2 innings. It'd be nice if this wasn't a save situation. That'd be really nice. So we go to the top of the 8th. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Be sure to hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Help out the channel just a little bit. So we go to the top of the 8th. Kepler, Arenado, and Del Castillo. See if Kranick takes over. So they're going to go to Tom Cosgrove right here. 2-pitch Cosgrove is going to take over. Tommy 2-pitch will take over here in the top of the 8th. So Kranick, after working an inning, gets some relief from 2-pitch Cosgrove. Cosgrove, first lefty out of the pen. First lefty the Diamondbacks will see all day. That's good. First lefty you're going to see all day today as we get going here to the top of the 8th. Tom Cosgrove going to take over right here. He'll start his day by facing Kepler right here. Tom Cosgrove, 5 games, 2 holds, still a 0 ERA as he comes set. Here comes the first pitch to a new hitter right here. Looks like Waldschmidt's going to pinch hit. That's going to be a sweeper outside, ball 1. So it'll be a 1-0 count. We're going to get Ryan Waldschmidt to pinch hit right here. Waldschmidt to take over for the Kepler, the left fielder, to get a righty up to the plate right here instead of Kepler. He'll pinch hit here in the 8th. The 1-0 from Cosgrove, and that's going to be check swing. Did he go? Oh, tipped it into the glove, so it's a 1-1 count. Let's go. Just tipped it right into the glove, so it'll be 1-1 here. 1-1 here with no one out in the top of the 8th. Coming set's going to be Cosgrove. The 1-1 to Waldschmidt is going to be called. Strike 2, the sweeper, so it'll be a 1-2 count. Wow. Just clips his own that time. It'll be a 1-2 count. Let's go. 1-2 here with no one out in the top of the 8th. Cosgrove trying to go to work. Cosgrove looks in for his sign. He comes set. It'll be a 1-2 to Waldschmidt. Here's the pitch. Just outside, ball 2. Can't hit with the sinker that time. Cosgrove throwing a rare sinker instead of going fastball sweeper. So it'll be 2-2 here. Cosgrove uses a different pitch that time. You almost never see the man use anything besides a sweeper. He comes set. It'll be a 2-2 to Waldschmidt. Here comes the 2-2 from Cosgrove. So I'm going to ground ball foul to 2-2 again. There's that sweeper again on the low and out corner. He just fouls it off. You can't hit it sometimes. It's a really good pitch. It's tough to hit. So it'll be 2-2 here. Waldschmidt facing Cosgrove. It'll be a 2-2 as Cosgrove comes set. He waits. Now the 2-2 to Waldschmidt. Swinging a fly ball. Hit out to center. Going out as Nunez. Coming in is Young. Sliding catch by Young. Not made. He loses the ball. He's going to throw it to second. Not in time. He won't even throw it. He can't come up with it easily. Young is looking injured out there. Oof. Oh, no. So Waldschmidt will hit a celly. Not like he did anything there. All he did was fly out to center, and Young couldn't make the play. I mean, you shouldn't celebrate when now Young is limping. You shouldn't be celebrating, but that is going to be at least a single. They might say he advances to second. Jacob Young almost makes an amazing catch and just can't make the catch, and he falls over. Cosgrove thought he had it, and then he didn't. Cosgrove raised his arms, then went to back up third. So no one out, runner at second here. Dang, almost a great play, too. That'll bring up Nolan Arenado. Cosgrove comes set. Here comes the first pitch to Nolan Arenado. He delivers. This is going to be outside, ball 1 with a sinker. Ford almost loses it. That one is way out of the zone, and it's a 1-0 count. Top of the 8th, runner at second here, no outs. Cosgrove looks in for his sign. He comes set. Here comes the 1-0 to Arenado. Here's the pitch. Called. Strike 1 with a sweeper, and it'll be a 1-1 count. Sweeps back into the zone, so it'll be a 1-1 count now. Just kind of sweeps it right in. We'll have to see the scoring decision on that if they give him a hit or not. So it'll be 1-1 here. Coming set is going to be Cosgrove. Here comes the 1-1 to Arenado, and that's going to be called. Strike 2. He gets the call that time to be 1-2 count. There you go. Just flipping in the zone. So 1-2 here. Cosgrove looks in for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. It'll be a 1-2 to Arenado. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, ball 2 to 2-2 count. Can't get the call that time with a fastball. Not even near the zone, really. So it'll be a 2-2 count now. On Waldschmidt's player, they really give him a double? Wow. So they're going to give him a double on that one. Wow. Here comes the 2-2 to Arenado. Swinging all a ground ball fouled on the third base line. We'll do 2-2 again. And that one's a line drive. Hit more on a line. So we'll do 2-2 again right here. 9-4 game. Nationals just trying to hold on to this right here. Nothing too crazy right here. Just get the out. 2-2, Cosgrove. Where's number 34 out there? Harper's old number. Here's the 2-2. Swinging a fly ball. Hit out towards shallow left. Now into foul ground goes Abrams. And Abrams makes the catch in foul territory. What a play by CJ Abrams. Covering a lot of ground towards the side of the wall. And Abrams makes the catch. Good play by CJ right there. Not much to that one. Just going out and making the play. Covering a lot of ground. Abrams covers a ton of ground right there. And there's one out here in the top of the 8th. Abrams with a spectacular play. Covering ground to where Cruz should have made that play. It's Abrams to make it instead. So, good job by Abrams covering all that ground. Cosgrove comes set. He'll now face Ildemaro Vargas pinch hitting for Del Castillo. Here's the pitch to Vargas. That's going to be in there. Called strike one with a sweeper. So it will be an 0-1 count. Ildemaro Vargas going to get the pinch hit opportunity. He's doing better this year. He has 7 home runs, 49 runs driven in. He's hitting .270 as a util guy, too. A good util guy, too. Here comes the 0-1 from Cosgrove. Here's the pitch. And Vargas swings and slaps this one center field. That's going to fall for a base hit in front of Jacob Young, who comes up with it. Waldschmidt will stop at third. Ildemaro Vargas with a base knock here. Now there's runners at the corners with one out. Slaps that one into center, so there's runners at first and third with a one away. That'll bring up Locklear now. So one out here. Runners at first and third. That'll bring up Locklear, the first baseman. He'll come up to the plate here. Cosgrove looking in for his sign. I mean, now Cosgrove seems to be struggling, but a double play ball gets him out of it right here. Coming sets Cosgrove. Here's the first pitch to Locklear. Called. Strike one with a sweeper, and it's an 0-1 count. 18 ABs. Average has fallen to 333 for Locklear. It was higher when he got here. He already has 1 home run at the big leagues this year. He has 166 career at-bats in the bigs, 6 home runs, 14 runs driven in career, a 187 average career. Here's the 0-1. Swinging a fly ball, hit out to center. Young's getting behind this one. He will make the catch for out number 2, and Tom Cosgrove is going to give up his first earned run at the big leagues this year, and that is the first run he has given up in the MLB himself. The first one he's given up since 2025 when he pitched 2 games. So Tim Tawa hit now. It's a 9-5 game. Working 9-5 now. So sac fly by Locklear drives in a run. So that'll bring up Tawa here. Here's the pitch from Cosgrove, and Tawa will swung on, hit this one to right field. James Wood ranging over it. He's under it. And James Wood makes the catch for out number 3, and that will end the top of the 8th. So 1 run in the inning on a sac fly. But that will end the inning. It's now a 9-5 game. 1 run on 2 hits in the inning, no errors, 1 man left on base. We'll put another run on the board for the Diamondbacks. It's a 9-5 game. Nationals still hold a 4-run lead. Sac flies all they get, though, which is really great. So top of the order will be coming up. James Wood will come to the plate. Really, today he's looking better because he's just 1 for 3 now. With a home run, that line looks a whole lot better than 0 for 3 or 0 for 2, especially when you throw a home run on there. Tom Cosgrove, though, I think you could say he's slumping with that first run he has given up since May 9th, 2025 at the big leagues. So he hasn't pitched a while since then. He had all scoreless outings July 10th to now when he finally gives up a run. And he hasn't given up 2 hits in a game since July 19th either. So we go bottom 8. It'll be Wood, Lyle, and Cruz for the Nationals in the bottom of the 8th. James Wood and then Dalen Lyle. DC was doing well in the 3-hole. Will hit once again, so you got to see right here. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. We're into the bottom of the 8th now, so be sure to hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Help out the channel just a little bit. We just hit 750 now, 1,000. We are so close. We are so close. I mean, we hit 500 during this summer, so we're getting really, really close to 1,000. Getting really close to that 1K number, which is going to be really, really awesome for the channel. only about a full inning to play now if the Nationals can save it in the ninth. And then we'll get you guys ready to continue to another channel so you can still watch baseball all day long until Sunday Night Baseball with the Phillies and the Yankees. Yankees took Game 1 and Game 2 of that series. Here, the Nationals taking this series. If they can hold on to this lead, it is huge. Keeping this lead is huge because the Washington Nationals, now James Wood will hit against Ginkel staying out there, but the Nationals winning the season series against the Diamondbacks. Here's the pitch to Wood. That's going to be a fastball in there, called strike one. If they win this season series, this means in a tie-break situation, the Washington Nationals overtake the Diamondbacks. That's the first thing. It's direct season series. The Nationals won 4-2. The 0-1 and Wood takes a fastball upstairs, ball one. It's a 1-1 count now. Ryan Waldschmidt is now in left field. He replaces Kepler out there. So 1-1 here to Wood. Ginkel sets. Now time called by Wood. He'll take a timeout, step out, swing the bat, but now he'll step right back in. 1-1 here with no outs in the bottom of the eighth. Ginkel comes set. He waits. Now the 1-1 to Wood. Wood swinging a fly ball, hit out to center, going back is Tawa. He can only watch this one, and that one is gone. Watch it fly, James Wood with his 30th home run on the year. James Wood hits yet another one, his second home run of the game, fourth home run on the day for the Nationals. Home run number 30, RBI number 72 on the year. Watch it fly, James Wood, and the Nationals take a 10-5 lead now. James Wood gets to celebrate once again. Goes out to dead center off a Ginkel. Didn't need anything powerful that time, but he gets it out to center. So that'll now bring up Dalen Lau, and he pops this one up to shallow left. Coming in his left fielder, going out is shortstop Perdomo. It's going to be Waldschmidt to make the catch for out number one. James Wood to dead center, gets it out of here, and it's a 10-5 game, his second home run of the game. All right, everybody, it is time to do it once again for the 10th time today.
N-A-T-S, Nats, woo!
Let's go, everybody. And CJ Abrams had an electric guitar celebration on his bat. That is awesome. But here we go. Now Dylan Cruz is going to take a sinker low ball one, and it's a 1-0 count now. The Washington Nationals are trying to satisfy this win, getting another run on the board. The Diamondbacks add one. The Nationals add one. Here comes the 1-0 to Dylan Cruz. That's going to be called strike one on a slider, and it's a 1-1 count. You get James Wood and CJ Abrams combined 4 home runs. Should be 1-1. Here's the pitch to Cruz. That's low ball 2. It's a 2-1 count. Cruz is 2 for 4 on the day in the 3-hole today, so he's doing well. 2-1 here with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. Ginkel comes set. The 2-1 coming to Cruz. Here's the pitch. DC swinging a fly ball. Hit out to left. That's going to be fair ball. And a base hit for Dylan Cruz. Cruz going to stop rounding first. And he will have a single. So Dylan Cruz lines one to left for a base knock. And now there's a runner at first here with no one gone. Dylan Cruz hits one down the left field line. That'll bring up Dalen Lau flied out. So that's going to bring up CJ Abrams now. So Dalen Lau flies out. Dylan Cruz says no. I'll get a base knock right here. So CJ Abrams trying to top James Wood 2-home run day right here. Pitching Abrams grounds this one through the hole in the right field. Abrams with his 3rd hit on the day. Cruz will stop at second. CJ Abrams delivers. That's his 3rd hit on the day. He has 2 home runs and a single. CJ Abrams keeps raking right now. Cruz up to second. So runners are at first and second here with 1 out for Brady House. Abrams just grounding that one through the hole in the right. Didn't need a home run this time, but he does have a knock. He's still going to try to rake here. Once again, I leave for a second Wood homer, says Mr. C. Yeah. James Wood just wants to hit home runs in silence, Mr. C. We know he never celebrates. He just wants to hit home runs in silence. That's all he wants to do. So 1 out here, and Brady House will come to the plate. Coming set's going to be Ginkel. So I'll bring up Brady. Here's the pitch, and House takes a sinker inside, ball 1. It's a 1-0 count. Just this box score now riddled with home runs. Wood and Abrams adding on. Home run number 30 for Wood. Once again, another 30 home run season for James Wood. His second 30 home run season now. Here's the 1-0 to House. And House swinging on the line drive left field, but that one is foul. He got all of that breaking ball, but that one is hammered foul, so it'll be a 1-1 count. Man, James Wood. Another run as well. People don't think about that. That's another run for him. That's the second time he scores today. 2 home runs. Here's the 1-1 to House. House swinging a ground ball. This is to the shortstop. He goes to second for 1. Throw to first. That's a double play, and that will end the inning. So Brady House grounds into a 6-4-3, and that will end the inning. But the Washington Nationals get another run on the James Wood solo home run to dead center. That will end the inning. 1 runner left on base. 1 run on 3 hits in the inning this time. No errors. And 1 runner left on base. So we are through 8, everybody. It's now a 10-5 game as we head to the 9th. Let's check on some scores around the league, everybody. I know you want to hear scores around the league. Wow, so Jacob Mizorowski just set a franchise record to start a game by striking out 7 batters, and he finishes with 12 strikeouts. Wow. Good job of him. We're about to head to the top of the 9th, everybody. National is going to try to put away this 5-run game. It's about 4:16 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's check how the other scores are going around the league. Braves beat the Orioles, or are beating the Orioles 2-1 in the top of the 9th. Tigers beating the Royals 4-3 in the top of the 8th in Detroit. In New York, the Mets are beating the Dodgers 8-3 in the top of the 8th. Padres beating the Marlins 5-3 in the top of the 9th. Twins beating the Athletics 8-3 in the top of the 7th. In Chicago, White Sox beating the Astros 6-3. Brewers beating the Rockies 8-1 in the top of the 7th. USN's back. Ultimate Sports says I'm back. What's up, Ultimate Sports? Reds and Cardinals tied in the bottom of the 7th. Rangers beating the Mariners 3-1. Giants Angels just underway in the bottom of the 1st, and Angels have a lead. At 7:20, the Yankees Phillies will start. Let's look at some finals. The Rays beat the Guardians 1-0. Wow, the Rays with a close game that time. The Pirates beat the Cubs 8-7. Good game there. And then the Red Sox beat the Blue Jays 6-1. I wonder if Curtis Meade got any PT today. The new guy there. Looks like Curtis Meade did not play in the game today. So Curtis Meade didn't get any playing time with his new team. So we go to the 9th, everybody. Are they going to stick with Cosgrove? Here we go, everybody. Now pitching for the Nationals, the Bandit, Matt Crook, is on the mound now. Crook will take over for the 9th. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button, everybody, if you have not already. Drop who you think is going to win this game because we're in the 9th. So hopefully I have a surefire answer. Crook will start his outing by facing Corbin Carroll right here. Here's the pitch to Carroll from Crook. Is way outside, ball 1. That's time with a breaking ball. Nowhere near the zone, and it's a 1-0 count. Wow. So 1-0 here with no outs in the top of the 9th. The 1-0 from Carroll is low ball, too. So the Nationals bring in a lefty to face Corbin Carroll, who traditionally rakes against lefties.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Coming set is Crook. Here comes the 2-0 to Carroll. And Carroll takes a sinker low, ball 3. Wow, that one isn't called a strike. And it's a 3-0 count. Sinbin's here. What's up, Sinbin Stream? He says, hey, DN, what is up, Sinbin? Thank you so much for tuning in. Sinbin Stream in the house. And let's go. We're up to 755 subscribers. Just climbed over to 55. Here's the 3-0. In there, called strike 1. Wow, that sinker nowhere close. But they're going to call that a strike. So Matt Crook here now is a 3-1 on Carroll. Crook has an 8.64 ERA, but he's getting better. His past few outings have been great. Here comes the 3-1 from Crook. That's going to be inside, ball 4, and he walks Carroll to get his outing going. So Crook walks Carroll to get the night going. Well, it's more afternoon going, but it kind of looks a little dark. I mean, clouds covering a little bit of the sky right here. 6'4", 225, Crook at the age of 31. A guy who, in his career, only has 18 games in the big leagues across 2023 through 2026. He had 3 in 23, or 4 in 23, 1 in 24. Here's the pitch now to Perdomo, and that's inside and low ball 1. So that's ball 5. Cornelio had a good outing. Riley Cornelio pitched the 5th and the 6th, and honestly, he had a great outing. He walks 2 guys. He doesn't strike out anyone, but only 1 run given up. He's the pitcher of record for now. Here, Crook comes set. It would be a 1-0. Here comes the pitch to Perdomo. He's going to show bunt, and that's outside ball 2. Jays aren't up. Lost 6-1, 48-58. Wow, good luck tomorrow. You won't need it. Yeah. Well, if you're on the mic, Sinbin, I'm not going to be on the mic. I'm going to be at the game tomorrow. I'm headed into D.C. to go to that game. So I'll be sure to redirect the viewers over to you. Coming set is Crook. Here comes the 2-0 to Perdomo. That's going to be low and in ball 3, so it's a 3-0 count. That's ball 7. He cannot throw a strike right now. And now they got Clayton Beeter up and warming up. No faith in him. Ronald's here. What's up, Ronald? Ronald hanging out. Congrats on 750-plus subs. Thank you so much, Sinbin. The 3-0 is inside ball 4, so now back-to-back walks for Matt Crook, who needs to settle in now. So runners at first and second here with no one away. Now Simon Matthews will pay a visit out to Matt Crook, who's thrown 9 pitches, 8 of them being balls. He has thrown 1 strike all afternoon. Enjoy the game? Cool, yeah. Thank you so much, Sinbin. I will tell them to come over to you, though, because you do great coverage of Blue Jays as well. So runners at first and second here with no one out. We'll figure out our redirect location during this game where we're headed for this one. Crook will step back onto the rubber right here. Looks like Beeter is still warming up. Crook taking his time, actually. Won't get up just yet. I mean, an out right here would be really nice, though. Double play especially. Double play right here would be great. Settle now, bring up Gabriel Moreno. Crook comes set. Here comes the pitch to Gabriel Moreno from Matt Crook. He's settling in. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside ball 4. Ball 10. That's ball 9. Man, he's got to throw a strike. That's the thing. You got to be able to throw a strike here. Just pump a strike in there. 1-0 here with no out. It's ball 9. Coming set is Crook. A strike here would be great. Here comes the 1-0 to Moreno. And that's going to be in there. Called strike 1 with a sinker, and it'll be a 1-1 count. Good job there. Pumps it in the zone. So 1-1 here with no one gone. Crook looks in for a sign right here. Nationals Park starting to empty out a little bit. Some people funneling out. Coming set is Crook. It'll be a 1-1 to Moreno. Here's the pitch. And this one is low and in ball 2, so it's a 2-1 count now. 2-1 here in the top of the 9th. 10-5 game. Nationals have a 5-run lead to work with right here. Just got to get the out. That's the most important thing. Get the out. Crook looks in for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. It'll be a 2-1 to Moreno. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be called. Strike 2 with a sinker, so it'll be a 2-2 count now. He rips the zone that time, and it'll be 2-2. So I'll figure out who we're redirecting to, everybody. Come on, get the out right here, Crook. Get the out. Crook comes set. It'll be a 2-2. Now Moreno will take a timeout. Moreno swinging his bat around. He's ready to go right here. He will face Crook. Crook looks in for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. It'll be a 2-2 to Moreno. Here's the pitch. Up and away, ball 3 with a sinker, so it will be a 3-2 count now. You know, I'm debating covering Sunday Night Baseball, everybody. The stream will be up in the next hour or so if we do. I'm kind of debating it right here, just thinking about whether I want to do it or not. We'll figure it out, though, but I'm kind of teetering. So 3-2 here, and now a pitch comm violation. Wow. Or at least they're going to give him a warning here? Oh, wow. He's going to get a warning? Didn't know you could do that. Or I don't know what the situation is. He's pointed to his eyes and then didn't do anything. So nothing changes. It'll be a 3-2 here. Now, time called. Is that a pitch comm? Pitch comm violation. So now runners are loaded. They're going to pitch comm violation. Will load the bases. Wow. So Butera does not like the call here. But is he coming out of the dugout here? 3 straight walks. Yep, he's going to come out of the dugout here. So Clayton Beeter is going to take over. Well, now that'll bring in a new pitcher. Marte to the plate. Bases are loaded. Crook does not have a good outing. Clayton Beeter is going to take over right here. So bases are loaded now. Clayton Beeter is going to take over for Crook. Crook does not have a successful 9th. You got to feel bad for him. To be honest, I know how it feels. Yeah, Cody W. Express says, don't play with your food. For a second here, I know how it feels, to be honest. I know how it feels. When I pitched, when I played recently, just a year ago even, I had bad outings. And that's the thing. I know how it feels for Matt Crook. He is really struggling right now. To come out of the game on a pitch clock violation, too, that is what ends up taking him out of the game. That is really sad. He tried. He couldn't throw a strike. He just didn't have it today. I think he is still one of our best bullpen arms. I still firmly believe that. But I just think that he just needs to just give him some rest. I think he was put into a pressure-packed situation. He's still coming into the 9th. He just didn't have his best stuff. He didn't have it, but now he gets to settle in. He can come back tomorrow. He can come back stronger to face the Blue Jays, and I know. I have felt it. I have played baseball before. I played in my career until a few years ago, or a few months ago even. I was still a player, and I was a pitcher, so I know how he feels. Don't give him too much for it. That is my opinion. So here we go, everybody. We'll head back here. Just wanted to take that minute to say that. Another great stream, says Mr. C. Thank you so much. What is happening? Why are the Diamondbacks coming back? They are not coming back. They are not coming back. If they do, I don't think they will, but if they do, I'll put something on. I don't know. If they do, I'll wear the Phillies hat during the stream tonight. If they do come back, I will stream the game and I'll wear a Phillies hat. If I do. I don't know if I would, but here we go, everybody. Bases loaded, no one out, and Ketel Marte to the plate right here. Just by this point, you just really want him. By this point, you just want to get out of this situation right here. Clayton Beeter's going to try to get out of it right here. This is the sixth pitcher for the Nationals as well. So you're just really trying to get out of it by this point. Cosgrove ends up working an inning. Crook ends up working in. We'll finish up all these box scores in a minute. But Clayton Beeter's going to take over. He's 9 of 14 for saves. It's not like this guy is a great closer, but here, he just needs to get out of this situation right here. So you go, Beeter really has a four-seamer and a slider, not much more. Coming set's going to be Beeter. He will face Ketel Marte. Here's the pitch, and Marte swings and pops this one up on the infield. Abrams is blocked by the runner. Is that obstruction? That's got to be obstruction. They're going to come home with it. So they're calling it, I think they're calling infield fly right here, batter's out. Well, what are they calling here? Is it infield fly? They're calling the runner at second. Corrado Perdomo's out because he kind of got in Abrams' way. So we'll check here again. Looks like they're arguing over this, but I don't know what the call is here. That's a pop fly on the infield. It should be infield fly. That's the thing. It should be infield fly because it was an easy fly out. And it's umpire's discretion. You can't just say, oh, it's not. You can't say that. It's infield fly. So you got to agree with that. So I don't know what they're discussing here. The runner's out. So Perdomo's out. So Marte moves up to Marte's at first. And moving up to second on the play is going to be... So they're saying Perdomo got in the way of Abrams. He purposely got in the way. So that's out number one. So they're going to... I don't even know how to score that, really. Butera's... So it is a 10-5 game. That's out number one. So they get the out. Marte's at first. I have no idea how to score this. I honestly have no idea how to score this. I think Butera should just accept the call. So that's out number one. We got to see what they call this, though. Are they going to call this a fielder's choice? As Beater's back onto the rubber here. He comes set. What are they going to call this? It's now Waldschmidt will come to the plate right here in a righty-righty matchup. What do you even call that? A fielder's choice? I mean, out number one. Here's the pitch. That's going to be inside ball one. I'm just going to call it 6 unassisted for now. Moving up to first on the play is going to be Marte. Getting second base is going to be Moreno. And on third still is Carroll. So he didn't even get the run. Here comes the 0-1 from Beeter to Waldschmidt. This one's going to be way outside. Ball one in the dirt, way out of the zone. So it will be a 1-1 count.
Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
1-1 here with one out in the top of the ninth. He's trying to get out of it right here. Give the Nationals the win. Beeter looks in for his sign. He comes set. Comes the 1-1 to Waldschmidt. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be grounded through the hole in the left field. Cruz up with it. 1 run will score. They're going to hold him, so that'll only be 1 run. It's a 10-6 game. So base hit to left field for Waldschmidt. So 1 earned run to Crook so far. A base hit to left moves everyone up 1 bag. So now the bases are loaded once again. Carroll scores. It's a 10-6 game now. Now we can start to get nervous. We can start to panic like Kranick now. But you got to... This isn't going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen right here. But now the tying run is up to the plate here for the Diamondbacks in the person of Nolan Arenado right here. You just got to get it right here. You just got to get the outs. Here's the pitch to Arenado. It's going to be low ball 1. Ford's going to challenge right here, though. So we're going to get a challenge right here on the ABS. Ford did a good challenge. That looked like it was in the zone. Here's the pitch. And it's a strike. Let's go, Harry Ford. He turns it over to a strike. Let's go. It's overturned. So it's an 0-1 count now with 1 out. A ground ball here would be great. It's a nice ground ball. Bases loaded, 1 out. Coming set is going to be Beater. Comes the own Arenado. Swing and a miss on a slider inside. It's an 0-2 count. Good pitch there. So 0-2 here with 1 out in the top of the 9th. Arenado's 0 for 3 on the day. Beater at 6 pitches. Beater looks in for his sign right here. He's got it and he comes set. It'll be an 0-2 to Arenado. Here's the pitch. Swinging a chopping ground ball to the third baseman. House, he goes to first in time for out number 1. That's all they're going to get. So Arenado with an RBI ground out that time. Good play by House, the third baseman, on a high chopper. But it's now a 10-7 game. Only the Nationals bullpen, everybody. Now this is the hardest out to get in baseball, just so you know. Now there's runners at second and third, and Moreno scores. So now 2 earned runs to Mr. Crook, and that's all he's going to have. So he does have 2 earned runs. So now, good play by House. Good play since coming back to the bigs. So here we go. First pitch to Marte, or excuse me, that's Vargas is going to be outside. So Ildemaro Vargas is going to try to be the last one right here. Ildemaro Vargas, the last chance for the Diamondbacks. Come on, we can get no Mo blown saves. Yeah, we do not need a blown save right here. 1-0 here with 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Here's the 1-0 to Vargas, and that's going to be low in the dirt. So it'll be a 2-0 count now. Come on, just get the out, man. Just get the out, Beater. Just get the out. 2-0 here with 2 outs. Beater looks in for his sign right here. Just get the out. Get the out. Coming sets Beater. It'll be a 2-0 to Vargas. Here's the pitch. And Vargas takes a slider inside. Ball 3. It's a 3-0 count. 3-0 here at 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Beater is going to look in for his sign right here. Former Yankee right here traded over to the Nationals as Beater comes set. It'll be a 3-0 to Vargas. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside, ball 4, and the bases are loaded. So the bases are loaded here for Locklear now. Locklear will hit here. Come on. That's really your last bullpen arm here is Beater. But it is a righty here, so a righty-righty matchup. Now what you want to see right here, Simon Matthews is going to use a mound visit right here. Just figure it out. You got to figure it out right here. Top of the 9th, 2 outs. Vargas draws a walk. Not what you want to see as a Nats fan right there. But here we go, top of the 9th. Jorge Barrosa will pinch run now for Vargas over there at first. So Barrosa there. Rutro Ragiev. This is interesting. Beater's going to have to try to get out of this. So no action really up in the pen at all. So this is Beater's game. This is Beater's game right here. Is now to be Locklear right here to face Beater. Locklear right here with 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Beater just trying to get out of this one. Now it'd be a save situation. He's secretly trying to save farm. He's trying to spam saves. Here's the pitch to Locklear. And that's in the dirt, ball 1. If he's trying to do that, he's not doing a great job. So 1-0 here with 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Locklear up to the plate. .333 average, 1 home run, 6 RBIs since being called up to the bigs. Right here being called back up. So 1-0 here with 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Coming set's going to be Beater. It'll be a 1-0 to Locklear. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss through a slider, and it's a 1-1 count. Let's go. There you go. Get him to swing through it. So 1-1 here with 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Beater looks in for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. Here comes the 1-1. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be grounded towards the second baseman, Nunez. He fields cleanly, fires to first in time for out number 3, and the Washington Nationals nail down another series victory. There you go, Nationals fans. Since the second half, the Nationals are doing something right here. They're doing something right. The Washington Nationals get another victory in the books. The Washington Nationals get a curly W, and they move up to 54-40, 54-52. They're now 1 game out of the wild card behind the Diamondbacks. Let's go. Ground into double play. W Nats, they got out number 3, and that's all they needed. Curly W Express saying, woo, let's go. The Washington Nationals are going to get a win. That's exactly what you needed right there. The Nationals get a 10-7 win. Help out the team just a little bit. The Washington Nationals satisfy yet another series victory. Just the Nationals really are on fire right now. 54-52. They are just doing well. Looking here at some numbers you may want to see. Since the second half, they beat the Athletics in a series. They beat the Rockies in a series. And now they beat Arizona in a series. Curly W throwing it in there. The Fireworks, great broadcast. DN says DN Dad. Thank you so much. NATS. All right, everybody. If you guys want to do one, let's do it, everybody.
N-A-T-S, Nats, woo!
So the Washington Nationals get a series victory. Yes, throw the fireworks in the chat. Let's go, everybody. Good job, DN, says Sinbin stream. Thank you so much, Sinbin. We're up to 755 streams. You're doing Tuesday, Wednesday. Definitely Tuesday. I don't know about Wednesday just yet. You're doing Sunday Night Baseball. I will think about it. I'll have the stream in if I'm going to do it at some point. I'll think about it, Bob. The Washington Nationals get their third series victory since getting swept by the Yankees, and they're now 2 games above 500. They're now really overtaking the Miami Marlins in the standings. They are really trying to get in there. They're trying to get into the wild card right here, and the Nationals are doing well, being helped out by a CJ Abrams 2 home run day and a James Wood 2 home run day. And Brady House, since coming off to the big leagues again, scores twice and hits 2 doubles. Let's go. What a game for all this offense. The offense puts up 10 runs. Maybe the bullpen doesn't have the greatest game, but CJ Abrams, 3 for 5, has a great offensive day. Lyle with a knock. You have James Wood with a couple home runs as well. Just James Wood, casually, 2 home runs. Just casually. People are going to forget about that. They're going to call this the Abrams game, and Wood still went yard twice. Still provided us 2 runs, and he still leads the league in runs because of it. NATS, that's, woo. Yes. Carly W Express, I'll stop mine and say hello. All right, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. Just a good game. I mean, the bullpen didn't do their best. The bullpen didn't have a great game. They didn't have a stellar outing. But he says, Sinbin says, probably a sweep of Toronto on tap, minimum 2 of 3. Yeah, another series win would be great. Keep winning series. That's all we need to do. Just keep winning series. Keep winning series because that's how you win wild cards. If you get into the wild card, win 2 of 3 every single time. That works. That's how it works. So here we go, everybody. We're going to have it to Snowman Multimedia. He's covering White Sox and Astros. We're going to have it to him. New guy. We're heading over to Snowman Multimedia, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. If you have any final thoughts, you can throw them down in the chat as we get ready to redirect right here. 4 home runs, 2 from Wood, 2 from Abrams. Good offense from House. You lose Curtis Mead. You bring in Brady House, and he plays with a couple doubles. Maybe you're not going to hit as many home runs without him. But you're still going to have a good offensive third baseman in Brady House who finally got that call and made the most of it. He's hitting 400 at the big league level since coming back with a couple hits. So thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Maybe I'll see you tonight. I'll stop by JJ's if I'm not streaming it, but I'm kind of 50-50 right now. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will post if we're doing it or not. We're going to head over to the man. We're going to head over to Snowman Multimedia. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Be sure to hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button on your way out, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you soon. Whenever I see you, hope to see you soon. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you soon right here on District Nation. As usual, today's broadcast was brought to you by Watch It Fly Media. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hope to see you soon right here on District Nation. Mr. C says another scary ninth. Yes, it was an extremely scary ninth, but the Nationals get the win. Thank you, Mr. C, for tuning in. Hope to see you soon, Mr. C, whenever we stream next. Thank you so much. I'll see everyone soon right here on District Nation. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon.
This has been a broadcast of Sports Live play-by-play on District Nation, YouTube's home of DC Sports, home of the most Nationals, Wizards, and Commanders content. Brought to you by Watch It Fly Media. We'll see you soon, right here on District Nation.